So yeah, as we had last time, you had just landed in the city of the Aarakocra. Lavin and Bear have made their way to the Hanging Market. They've found a place for you all to sleep for the night at a odd um, uh, avian preferred, let's say, inn with entryways that are set up on the second story of the building. But that's not who we're following at first. At first, we're following Myceres, who, upon getting off the airship, made his way west into a neighborhood known as Weaver Valley, which, holds the majority of the clothing makers, the weavers, the tanneries of this city.
Yes. Hmm. So should I describe like where I like what I'm doing?
Yeah, what are you up to in this part of town?
So I'm going around kind of like a tourist, kind of like not like too obvious, just trying to go around and ask like, "Hey, I'm looking for someone. I'm new to town and I was told that he could help me.
Hmm.
Uh, do you know who what's the name of the air cook's name? Hold on.
Kopacha.
Kapacha, yes. Thank you. You know an air cook called Kapacha?
So you start going around bothering seamstresses out on their balconies working on their setups. Um, and you try not to look too out of place, but the fact is that you don't have wings, making you sort of immediately a bit out of place in this situation. Um, you sort of bother them. Most of them don't really give you the time of day. Either like ignoring you or sort of like just asking you to leave them alone or to have you move along. Eventually, you do find an older owl Aarakocra sort of just knitting. And how do you uh, say what you're looking for? Do you have like a poster that you've drawn, or some sort of description that you give?
No, yeah, I just give the air croaker's name and the idea that he might be known for surviving a dragon fight. Um, I because I can't remember I can't remember what he looked like. I remember it was a funny description, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. My notes
Oh,
for last session were not that
yes.
good.
Oh, Dragon Slayer, I know about them, all right. You'll find them up on the Sanctum Mount. Of course, good luck for a kid like you getting in there.
Second mount.
Don't get
What would
yourself
that be
arrested
called?
now.
Can is it a restricted place?
Oh, very restricted. Only can go up on there if you're on official business.
Oh, I'm sure that won't be hard. I mean, we can get. I'm sure there might the your town hall. I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar with
Yeah,
air
it's the
code.
town hall, basically, but there's a couple other functions, of course, that sit there too. But, they aren't too friendly to outsiders, no siree.
I'm sure they have a problem that they need help with. Maybe we could help them with something
Hmm.
in exchange.
Now, I've
We aren't
given you
asking
my
you.
time, kid. Would you like one of these scarves?
Ooh, yeah, Leslie.
What do you
Oh,
got on you? How much money you got, kid?
on me, unfortunately, I only got 7 gold, but I have some at
I'll
that I
give you
keep
the
hidden. But
scarf for 5. Don't matter about currency as long as it's shiny.
sure.
And the owl for your time, you buy a scarf off of him. And
5 gold for information. That's good.
yeah, basically. And
Should I add that?
you do anything else while you're here?
No, just kind of like just kind of do like the touristy things. Trying to, I don't go up to people that look busy,
Mm-hmm.
or I go up to people that look like they're on their break or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
and
don't want to like.
yeah, keep in mind I've basically given you all free control of your tokens, so like, feel free to, as you move about town, basically move your tokens about accordingly.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
Hollow,
So next,
yeah, what's up?
I was just gonna move him back over to Trodden Town.
Mm-hmm.
Trodden Town.
Town?
Yeah,
Yeah,
where the
and try to
non-flyers go.
maybe try to get some information from there
Okay,
as well.
all right,
Just trying to like do that for each section.
all right. Hollow, what are you up to?
I am going to Fletcher's coven. Coven.
Okay. Um, that is the archery district because uh, they're very well known for their crossbows around here. Thus, to the point that there's an entire industrial district just set up for those. They're lightweight. They carry 3 shots before you have to reload, and they're perfect if you're on a flying mount. Truly, for the airship fighter on the go, it's the perfect weapon to have on hand. They're very popular for that reason. And you can see, compared to most districts, there's actual like fairly heavy machinery here, uh, grind wheels and sanders, and even the occasional smeltery. And of course, fletchers and, bow makers and shaft builders and all that good stuff. So, what are you doing here?
Well, since he's a dragon slayer, I'm gonna ask around and see if he's like bought any equipment or trying to improve any equipment from the past.
Okay, that's a good idea. Um, so you begin asking about equipment purchases and anything like that. Um, there's you catch a couple of guys on a smoke break where they have there's like 4 of them sitting around smoking out of pipes, and they sort of chatter amongst themselves and they go, yeah, I think didn't he? I mean, he hasn't been buying nothing, but I know he's got a real nasty crossbow he keeps with him. Yeah, ain't that right? That's right, made by the guy who founded this company. One of the best crossbows I've heard ever lived on this planet. Lived? Yeah, you hear? Wasn't it sentient? No, it wasn't sentient.
What?
And they're sort of bantering amongst each other.
Hey, hello. What is this about the sentient crossbow?
Yeah, well, we're saying, all right, we're on break right now. We're saying who made what's the best crossbow out there, right? And Squall over here, he's a big company simp. So he says that the company that we work for make the best crossbow. I'm saying, nah, back in the day, the Dragon Slayer, he had the best crossbow that ever was built. Said it could take down a dragon in 1 shot. That's right.
Where's this man now?
Where is the man now? He's up on the Sanctum Mount. Guy was so well known, got himself put on the Council of Elders. Of course, he doesn't come out much these days.
Is there a way I can get an audience with him?
Sure, I mean, you got a sponsor? Yeah, if you got a sponsor, you could get your ass up there. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's got a sponsor, though.
Mm, I bring good time, so I think I can find a way up there.
All right, your funeral, not mine, eh? And they all sort of jostle each other, squawking at you a little bit. And then you hear a
Thank-
bell ring, and it's like, "All right, break time's over." And well, good talking to you, weirdo.
Uh-huh. Other freaks.
And
Here's
they sort
some.
of take off and fly 4 stories up to a little balcony.
Mm, okay. One one last thing I want to look for: a craftsman that will allow people to fly,
Hmm.
not by ships, but like birds.
Hmm. Yeah, like wings or jetpacks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you do have your little grappling hook if that's a short term answer to that.
It is. Oh, grappling hook away.
So you're gonna follow them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pull out your grappling hook, you point it up at that balcony, click, the claw comes flying out, grabs on, and you shimmy your way up to the fourth floor. Um, you peek inside, and it's a little factory place where there's milling machines set up. You know what a milling machine is, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so they got milling machines set up where they're putting essentially a bar of metal in, and they're shaping it into a bow or a crossbow stock. And there's about 12 Aarakocra doing that. And then at the end of the 3 rows, there is essentially someone who's clearly the foreman watching over all of them with an eye patch over one eye.
I would like to get his attention and also still be wary so I don't get shot up with arrows, but also tell him I come in peace. I'm looking for information and could offer some help.
Okay, so you make yourself known, and the boss raises his one remaining eyebrow at you, and he walks his way over, and he says, "What are you doing on my company floor?"
Excuse me for the interruption, but I am looking for information on the guy Kopacha, and I'm also looking for the maker of the sentient bow that could kill a dragon in one shot.
And he sort of grabs you by the collar and he brings you in close, and he says, "This is private property. You ain't supposed to be here, kid. I don't know
Oh,
nothing about no sentient bow or anything like that, nor even how you got up this high. But you best skedaddle before I call fucking guards on you. You hear?"
whoa, whoa, whoa. Just trying to be peaceful. I just needed some information to help out.
Well, you ain't gonna get no information by trespassing on company property.
I'm new here for the most part. I
Clear and
don't know
obvious on that one.
yeah, I don't know what's completely restricted, and it's kind of difficult to get certain places, and knowledge of this places
You're 40
kind of
feet off
scarce.
the ground. How is that an accident?
I just followed those guys.
And he's almost a little incredulous. Like, you don't have any wings. How'd you follow them?
I have my ways
And at this point,
climbing.
people are looking up from their milling machines at you.
I mean, would you like to know more? I could help out. I make pretty good bows myself.
I don't. If you want to get hired here, go through the proper channels. Don't sneak your way onto the company floor. And he shoves you and attempts to close the door on you.
Wait, excuse me, sir. Where can I find the company processing unit?
The company Company's headquarters is in Delver's Court. Now get. And he slams the door on you.
Real cranky. These people are. Lover's Court. Time to make my way on there.
Real cranky, those guys, huh? Uh,
Trespassing and being really rude, but they're cranky.
yeah, they're cranky, man. I don't know. It's pretty wild. Like you fucking burst into like the Amazon warehouse, and like the floor manager doesn't welcome you with open arms. I don't know. Pretty cranky, man. um, Bear and Lavin, what are you two up to?
Should we keep looking for Kapacha? Or
Uh, I had an idea to like maybe sit up on a corner and just play my lute and sing some songs, maybe some sea shanties or air shanties or whatever, and see if I can earn some coin that way because I know we're hurting for it. And then like
Good.
whenever anyone stops to listen, like I'll like ask them if they've heard of like Kopacha or try to get more information.
Mm-hmm.
That works. I have one idea. What's one thing everyone needs to get every day? Food. You go to the vendors. What's the chance of Kapachi not walking out to go get a drink or food every single day?
That's
He may be
fair.
a dragon slayer, but that doesn't mean he doesn't get hungry.
Keep in mind you are talking about a medium-sized city, like not a giant one, but like a Cleveland or something. Like, still not a small city you're talking about here.
Yeah, but it's like if you go to a stall, it's like if I am in Cleveland and I own a restaurant and like an NBA player comes by, I'm going to talk about that. Like if he comes by
Alright.
often, it's like that's pretty noticeable.
That's actually a fair point. All right. So Lavin starts up doing their music, and I'm gonna follow Bear's thread first. So
Sounds
uh,
fair.
what do you do, or what are you getting up to, Bear?
We don't know much about Kopacha, so I don't know like his favorite foods or if he's a heavy drinker or anything. But I would go to like a well-known market district or like a place with restaurants and such,
Mm-hmm.
and just like start exploring and seeing like high end and low, like going around and
Mm-hmm.
hearing if I hear any gossip of like, oh, Kopacha was here or this is his favorite spot. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
trying to advertise like we're visited regularly by this celebrity because our food's the best, and
Hmm. All right. Yeah. You go down to the dive quarter where there's a lot of little restaurants sort of shit set up in the hanging market. Um, and along the way, you're walking along. You sort of, Aarakocra aren't very tall, and so you just tower over basically everyone in this town. And people sort of make way for you on the street. Um, and as you're walking along, you bump into someone, and they sort of stumble over, and you get a good look at them for a moment, and you realize that that's Casey. Sort of you bumped into along the way,
you're not dead.
and Casey sort of smiles and laughs and goes, "No, I'm not dead." And she's smiling, but she looks very, very tired.
How did uh, how did
Oh,
you get up?
it was nothing. And even while she's saying this, she's beginning to back away.
I'm getting closer, and I'm gonna keep asking questions like, how'd she get up here? What happened to the rest of our money? And what happened to that bracelet I gave you? Misty step one.
I mean, you
I
know,
actually have the Misty Step.
things
Oh.
things occurred and orders were made, and you know how it. And with that, she bolts. She just starts running off.
Would he chase her? I
Um,
mean,
it's kind of up.
he might. There's some questions, and she might have money. Like it's like someone just in your group just left with all your money. You
Hmm.
don't really know them. He will like follow.
Okay. Um, yeah, Casey begins running down from Spire Point, and Lavin she shoves past you at one point as well as you see Bear like barreling forwards behind her. And
Period.
Hollow, as you were passing through Hanging Market, you know it's not hard to see Bear, and so you also see him just running past.
They
On
will.
Casey.
How close would I be? Because I can run 40 feet now.
Hmm.
Wait,
I'm
where
faster.
is this on like
The problem
map?
is that Casey can weave through the crowd, whereas you, there's you're not quite able to do so.
Oh yeah. If I could, I would just start doing parkour stuff. Like if she's going around something and I could see like a building and like
Mm.
if I jump off, I could reach to her and get closer. I would
Mm.
like
All right. Yeah,
parkour.
she jumps over a cart filled with various shiny rocks, and you want to make like an acrobatics check to like hop right over it.
It has to be
It
acrobatics.
has to be acrobatics. You your other
Fuck.
option is you could do a strength check and just like pick it up and toss it over you and run past. Though it's a very heavy cart, so doing that without breaking your momentum would be a little tricky.
Damn, I don't want to cause damage. He doesn't want to break shit because he is in a new town. He would slow down and like take the time to get around. He doesn't want to break stuff
Okay.
because that will cause more trouble than it's worth.
Okay, so yeah, now she's like got a decent lead on you. Um, Casey Hollow, what are you two up to?
Uh, Hollow? Yeah.
Courts. I'm going to those courts, so
Okay, so you ignore the chasing. Fair enough.
I could, but I'm not trying to make a commotion. We stick out like sore thumb and we're humans. We're not in the human district.
Yeah, sure. Um,
Wait, I could Misty Step though. So I'm gonna do that.
okay,
Right on top of it.
keep in
Sorry
mind
about that.
Misty Step has a limited range.
I believe it's like 60 feet. It's like
Yeah.
disengage. Or like dash. I believe so.
Okay.
It's only 60.
So which are you doing? Are you following or heading to the courts?
I'm doing both. I'll follow.
Well, she's going in a
She's going
completely
direct.
different direction.
Well, I guess I'm following.
Okay. So Bears sort of lost the lead. Lavin, you're also following her. How do you try and catch up to her? Because Casey's pretty fast in this situation.
Um,
Up ahead, there's a large crowd gathered, um, and she takes a turn down an alleyway very suddenly.
does that? Can I try and cast Fairy Fire on her
Sure,
so I can't lose track of her?
sure.
It's a Dex save roll of 14.
Okay. All right, she fails. So as she's turning the corner, you send out one of your petals as fast as you can, and it sticks to her like glue.
And I just go after her and I call her. I was like, Casey, I just want to talk. Stop running.
Now's not a good time.
I think now's a perfectly good time. If the others catch you, they might kill you.
And at this point, Bear and Hollow, you two have managed to catch up as well.
I'm oblivious to this, right?
You even from all the way down this street, you can hear that there's commotion going on. But that's all
Alright,
you're aware of, to the best of your knowledge.
I'm just gonna start walking over there to see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, make your way about halfway through the town then while this is happening. By the way, are you playing anything on the Groovy?
Yeah, he is. I can hear it.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Let me try and fix that.
Just a refresh.
Refresh.
It's what I chose.
Yeah, it's what happens. At some point, you can't hear the groovy no more. You just have to refresh.
Fascinating. Okay, give me 1 second to try that then.
I'm just gonna try maybe server mute and then unserver mute.
No, you're good. It's just that he has to
There it
refresh.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay. Do you like my selection? I put Cloud City considering we're in the sky.
Yeah, this is perfectly acceptable. As long as you're using the right channels that I've given you approval of, like, you're good. And at this point, she hops from from the road onto an airship that's traveling over the lake bed onto its balloon.
How far is it?
It's about a 20-foot jump.
I actually could jump that
All right.
if I have a running start.
You can get a running start. It's a nice big street. You'd be jumping off a bridge over a large lake, though. And at this point, people are gawking and like going, like, "What is she doing?"
I can teleport
Okay,
that distance.
The
Can
jump
teleport that
is
distance, yes.
it's you can teleport 30 feet. My long jump with a running start can be 18 feet, but I can go further with a athletics check.
All right, excellent. Well, if you want to make one of those checks, then now's the time to do it.
I will, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to run and just jump. Would he use a rage? I think he would use a rage to help get over. Like, she's missing, she's escaping, she has all the money without any word. Like, this is something worthy to get mad at.
Mm-hmm.
The most important part. He has all the money.
The first one I got was 23.
Nice.
And if I use rage, I have advantage. So I could.
Mm-hmm.
26.
All right, yeah. You take a. So like Lavin is saying like, "Hey Casey, we should just talk." She makes the jump, and then you sort of gesture Lavin out of the way, back up to the nearest building, take a running leap off the pier and onto the airship below. Hollow,
Whew.
however, is just standing there as he had teleported a few seconds earlier.
One of us was cooler.
One of us was cooler, I will say that.
No, he says that to Hollow too.
Excellent.
I sneak up behind her and trip her.
Let's get a stealth check then.
I mean, I did teleport behind her, so well.
That's fair, but you know this isn't like some
Metal Gear guard.
bad guy, right? Like this is someone who is
I'm good.
Equal to you in skill. Yeah.
27.
All right. Yeah, you managed to sneak up behind her, trip her, and now she's on her back, and facing down Bear and Hollow.
I quickly take off all our stuff. I'm also taking that +1 strength wing
She
ring.
doesn't have any of it on her.
Really?
Nope.
Hey,
I would try to stop you from stealing all the stuff
She's got
it is
a
our
because
stuff though.
she's still a friend.
she's got a pretty plain
Eh,
cloak on, and like some clothes that make stealthy movement pretty easily. But other than that, not much.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if she has, any of the markings of Vastalor, I believe it is. The cult and stuff.
Sure.
Cool.
I mean, there are many cults in this world.
You
I
are
could make a
not
call.
wrong. Perception. There we go.
I could make a call.
I mean, anyone can
16.
make a cult if they try hard enough.
Yeah.
It's one of the hallmarks of a good cult.
Like the
Okay.
call of Beyonce.
You
Do I
don't
see this?
see any markings of Vastalor on her. You notice some like oceanic feeling markings though, like some curled fish, a starfish or two, but not much more than that.
What did you do with all her stuff?
I put it in a place for safekeeping. Nothing's happened to it.
And, and where is this location?
I can't tell you.
Yet you stole from the party. You even attacked a party member.
I didn't
And
have an,
apologize.
I didn't have another choice.
Says you always have a choice. You
I was
just
under
decided to make
direct
out.
threat to do it.
Direct threat. Screw direct threat. You had a choice and you made it.
You have a choice, but you can always be persuaded.
And now I have another choice to make.
She's pinned down currently and prone.
Mm-hmm.
I do have sleeping powder.
We're not gonna kill her. We're not gonna
Yeah,
do anything.
sleeping powder.
And
Knock her out.
with that, she takes out a knife, and instead of stabbing either you, she just thrusts it down into the balloon. Give. I would like Hollow. Give me a acrobatics check for me.
Shoot, can I start? Is there any people on the ship?
Um, yes, there are people on the ship, but
Okay.
they're Aarakocra, so they're going to be fine if the ship starts going down.
Okay, so there's no like non-Aarakocra people.
No, there's no people on this ship.
Okay.
Okay, so the big whoosh of air that blasts out of the balloon sort
I
of
arrived there yet?
gets you to stumble
sorry.
backwards, but you don't fall on your ass. So you only move a couple feet back. Yeah, you've caught up to Lavin at this point, who I don't know what Lavin's doing. I'm guessing just like staring down at the scene.
If there's like a pathway like towards where the ship is heading, I guess they're running along that because they couldn't make the leap magically or physically, and they didn't want to risk it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pathway the ship is traveling along is the Grand Bridge, which is the bridge that goes from here to Lakeside.
Uh,
Okay.
Bear,
So
you have a
just kind of
spell.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
running along the bridge, being like, "Hey, hey," that kind of thing.
yeah,
Got it.
just trying to keep an eye on the situation and make sure they don't kill her.
Fair.
I'm not gonna kill her. Oh,
Where-
Hollow.
I still haven't killed anyone. Y'all have. I'm keeping my record clean. Anyway, you have a cantrip that I don't know what it
You don't
does.
know I have a ring.
I don't
haven't
know
told
that,
anyone.
but I'm asking.
No.
And after she stabs the balloon, she then begins to tuck and roll off the side of the balloon into the water below.
Do I have a chance?
Yeah, you can both take a reaction.
Perfect. Shoot her in the back.
Shoot.
No, 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 no. Let's not do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave. Do this mess. I'm already out.
You're gonna teleport out of there?
Yep.
Teleport back
How
onto the
much can you
bridge?
use your ring?
It's a bonus action.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually
Plus,
a pretty good ring. The
mm-hmm.
Is it a ring? I thought it was the.
It's a
Um,
bracelet. It's like a
bracelet,
headband.
Circlet.
bracelet.
That's right, circlet. Yeah, if it's a circlet, it's something you wear on your head, not on your hand.
It's a head ring.
That's fair.
Sure.
There are people who are well described as thumb-headed. Kind of me, actually.
Is Hollow one of those people?
I don't know. You'd have to ask
Nah.
Hollow.
Nah.
Nah. So yeah, the airship is going down. Casey has rolled off of it into the water below. Bear, you're kind of going down with the ship. What do you do?
Is there any way for me to get off, or am I just stuck flying into the water? Because
You can try to jump back onto the bridge. You could go with it down into the water and swim back to shore.
well, he doesn't particularly like the idea of going into the water with Casey because her god is a thing in the water.
I mean, to be fair, your guy's probably not a half bad swimmer himself, though.
Oh yeah, he's not. He's definitely not. But he's gonna definitely try to like run up or like jump onto the side of the bridge. And if it's wood, he has two hand axes,
Mm-hmm.
so he wants to jump
I
and
like
just
it.
stab into it
I like it.
as like ice picks.
It
Can I,
there
can I
Start trying
use
to
it's
kill
coin to
a
help
it's
him?
a stone bridge, so there wouldn't be much in that way. But you do find some wood scaffolding where they were doing some repairs on a statue on the bridge earlier today, where you could pull something like that off.
Oh yeah, he definitely just try
You
to
got to
run
give
and
me one
jump.
more athletics check though if you're trying to do something like that.
Can I
All
give him
right,
advantage with Mage Hand?
you'd be too far, I
Oh.
think.
He weighs too much.
Oh
Also,
yeah.
yeah, it only lifts 5 pounds, but
Yeah. Mei-chan can barely lift a cat, let alone a Goliath.
there are if you all have some means of extending something to him, though, you could give him an
Grappling
advantage.
hook.
I
Grappling hook.
I I have a rope.
You could shoot me in the heart with the grappling hook, and then
That's
like
a
it
hard,
stabs
bro.
me
Your
and
arm.
holds me up. Or athletics check. That's a 10.
10. All right, yeah, you leap onto the bridge. You catch only one of your axes in there, and it begins to slip immediately.
I would like to help him up.
How?
Grappling hook.
Well, all right, Miss Aries, how do you want to help him up?
I'm just gonna grab his arm and ask for Lavin to help me pull him up,
Okay.
and then strength check. Just
Can certainly try to help.
Yeah, both of you give me a strength check then.
I want
Um,
you to both of y'all to hold up a 400-pound person.
Yeah, no,
Oof.
let's watch this.
I'm gonna cast guidance as a cantrip on myself, so I
Yeah.
get a plus D4.
All right, what is your guidance like? You whisper some encouraging words to yourself.
Uh, yeah, it's kind of like a nice tap on the shoulder, or like an encouraging pat on the back, or just like, "Come on, you got this." Um, D4. So my total for the strength say check would be 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a strong person.
No, you're not,
So is
but that's
Mysterious.
okay.
He's not very strong either.
neither am I. I have a 14.
No, so
That's
you
why.
both run up to the side and grab Bear's free arm, and you're both getting lifted towards the water instead of lifting him upwards.
This was a terrible fucking idea.
Very much so. Evasive maneuvers. Let's see. I'll teleport over there with a Misty Step as a bonus action,
Okay.
and take the circlet off and put it on Bear.
Okay. Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. You take the circlet off and you like whisk it at Bear because
More or less.
it's not exactly within handing distance. Okay.
Then
Bear,
yeah.
give me a dex save. Let me see if you catch it.
Oh, thank.
And just in case it falls into the river, I will with my grappling hook because I'm not trying to lose this.
All right, yeah. You've got your grappling hook ready in case things go belly up.
I have advantage on dex effects. That was a 14.
14.
Oh, no, that was a 16. I got 16.
16. All right, the DC was in fact 15, so you catch it and get it onto your head, and you can now do Misty Step as a bonus action.
Does it need a command word? Does he instantly know how to use it, or it's like
Yeah,
you just
you've
throw
seen both
him?
Lance and Hollow use this before. You're fairly
Okay.
familiar with the process.
Or just falling and saying this is a terrible fucking idea. He just misty step as high as he could
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like a new form of
Yeah.
magic and just try to grab on.
Yeah, you Misty Step 10 feet above Miss Ares.
Viserys, watch out! And I'm just start falling
Mm-hmm.
back.
Miss Ares, take 1 damage from Bear falling on you.
Okay.
Just kind of aesthetic damage more than anything else.
I have a question.
Okay.
I could have used my inspiration. I haven't used my inspiration in a while. Does that ever wear off? Just wondering.
It does not wear off. At least not in my games. Some other people might have it.
So
Maybe-
inspiration from a bard only lasts for 10 minutes, so you can't carry that from game to game.
I didn't get it from a bard though.
Okay.
But like inspiration from the DM, I don't think that, depending on house rules, that doesn't go away.
Yeah, no. I might remove it, like, should something crazy happen or the season end, but other than that, no.
Yeah.
And you all watch as Casey splashes into the dark waters below and vanishes from sight.
Oh my god, she's like Aquaman, but Aqua Woman.
I'm gonna take my circlet back from Bear. I kind of need that. I'm not gonna lie.
I could use that as well.
I'll make a copy. We'll just have to do some hunting first.
Meanwhile, approaching you 3 rapidly is a squadron of 10 Aarakocra with maces slung over their shoulders.
Oh my god, they're gonna spray us.
I quickly apologize for the mess that we've made.
I didn't know helping someone that was fallen is a crime. I'm so sorry.
We kind of just caused a huge commotion that led to property damage on an airship, so
Technically, that wasn't us.
That was not
Technically,
us.
we were trying to stop the person who did it.
Yeah.
they don't know that.
They don't know that. That's right. They don't know that. We're kind of screwed in this position.
Hold on.
I
How
hate
we
it.
make it very clear that someone tried to kill us? And
We're always ending up being the victim in these situations. Am I
We
wrong?
handle this.
Inspector Stritch. Here. What happened?
We were pickpocketed and we're giving chase.
and
And he looks at the Zeppelin now sinking into the lake.
the pickpocket decided to do. I don't know why. Decided to just say screw it and put just stabbed the Zeppelin and then jumped off into the river. I mean, you can. Everyone saw the person jump off, right? I just look around.
And that no one's defending you. No one's saying shit.
Oh, come on.
They aren't going to stick their necks out for an outsider.
That's fair. I don't blame them.
You can do your own investigation later. I'm sure.
Okay. So we are evidently a part of the problem. This pickpocket took all our stuff, came to this town. We tried to make chase to get our stuff and find out information where the person stashed it. Then they took down the Zeppelin. But there's goodness. We will take partial responsibility. We have a person that actually makes ships, so we can replace the ship. And we will
bring over the
try.
paper.
Oh my god.
And another Aarakocra brings over a what looks to be sort of like a poster.
Oh, the wanted poster. Yep.
It's Arrow Crocus.
Yeah. There's definitely a strong resemblance there. Well, we don't like dealing with Cormetzians. Maybe if there was, something to convince us not to pursue this investigation.
Technically not Cormetzian. I'm from Hauchunks.
Technically, my people kill Kometsu sometimes.
Well, all the more reason to not get them involved.
We all hate Corinthians, so we're not gonna lie. This is why we tried to kill the Corinthian.
And he extends his hand again. All the more reason not to get them involved.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
I have nothing. I have this ring.
He's giving you a chance to bribe him.
Yeah. Lavin kind of just rolls their eyes and like places like 5 gold in his claw. It's Cormetzian, but that's the best I can give you. Unless you want a pouch full of copper.
I think
I
that
have-
would also help. What do you think? And Tiwi
I
like
don't
shakes
have
his
any
head.
money.
I have a small pouch to make a donation to your group. And
Bro,
it's
I spent all
20
my
gold.
I have sugar. I know that's kind of a sparse resource here since you guys live in the mountains. Whole big pound of sugar.
Now, you do realize that like down from the bottom of the mountains, like that's the biggest sugar producing region in the world, yes? Yes, we're all clear on that?
It skips
Good.
the process of travel.
Well, then you're all coming with me. Come on.
I
Gold.
was gonna give him like 20 gold.
Come
That's as a donation.
Fair enough.
And the mace
You're
men begin like circling around you.
Lavin just holds their hands up like,
All right, sure.
high 5 gold back?
This? No, I shan't think I won't. I think you were trying
I
to
got some
bribe an
visibility.
officer of the law. That's not very good of you, now is it?
I got some visibility.
They already
Don't mention
see you,
words.
Miss Aries.
Doesn't need to be out of sight. They just can't see me anymore. It makes me invisible.
How are we gonna play this?
I just go invisible.
All right.
I mean,
no, I'm willing to accept this. I'm willing to accept this. So you go invisible.
wait. I cast that 3rd level, so I can bring one person. I think.
I'm good. I'm way too good. I'll just take my chances with the cards.
This fucking guy.
I'm taking someone with me, so
We're in enough trouble as it is. I'm not inciting anything else by going
take it Bear.
invisible.
Bear turns invisible as well.
Can I punch him?
Yeah, you can
You
punch
don't know
him.
what I'm doing.
I'm gonna
Is
punch Viserys.
invisibility a concentration spell?
I think so.
Can't see me, so it would be at disadvantage. But
I will
Bear
go
would know where
reckless
you
to
were,
get
though.
advantage.
that's a fair point, and yes, it is.
Okay, then yeah, you make yourselves go invisible. He immediately socks you, giving you a black eye, and you both become visible once again. Are we
I
done
like
here?
the idea that while Viserys is doing it, I see him and I turn around and like visibly you see my guy reach back, and then it goes invisible, and then you hear like a smack, and then we just come back and I'm just have my fist back. They just miss it.
Excellent. And again, the bird like looks at you two. Is like, "Are we done here?" Yes. Clownery.
If he's willing to cooperate, I think we are.
Excellent. Well, let's get you all to the sanctum mount so you can have a good trial and we can get this over with.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Obviously, not going to have a fair trial. Why you do this? We could have escaped, and then God help.
And he begins leading you all westward onto the Sanctum Mount.
I just look to Miss Aries and I'm just like, yes, because avoiding the authorities has worked out so well for us so far.
And having faith in the authorities has? Have you seen what happened? We're set up by the authorities. Why would we trust more authority?
So you're led into this gatehouse, back outside of the little caldera, like over this really deep mountain gorge over a very thin bridge with no railings. And it's got the classic sharp rocks below, like impaled skeletons at the bottom. Another castle, and then you're into the Sanctum Mount, which is a entirely set aside caldera that's separate from the rest. Another thin bridge later, and a couple gateways and staircases, and you're led into a little dungeon cell where all four of you are then placed, unless any of you does something crazy along the way.
Nope.
Nope.
I asked the question, what are we being charged for?
Disturbing the peace. And then the doors close
I
behind
helped
you.
someone off that was falling. How does that disturb the people?
Please. Did we get a lawyer?
No.
What's a lawyer?
No, even in the Middle Ages, they actually did have the concept of a lawyer.
Yeah, but no, my
It's
guy's
just
been
Bear
in a
doesn't know
tribe,
what a
it's like-
lawyer is.
Yeah, what's a lawyer? It's like they settle their situations through fighting, or the Jarl decides,
Don't
okay,
worry
he's right,
about it.
you're wrong.
Alright,
will
that's
put
fair,
on
that's fair.
What is
My
this lawyer?
headphones. I'm so glad I got my headphones. I'm now deafened.
So, if we go to prison, do we have to deal with the dragon anymore?
No. Unless we're transferred there.
Yeah, but if we go to prison, I'm going to rule it.
I mean, you already
Prison art?
are in prison.
That's my idea. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but I'm gonna rule prison.
I'm hoping to avoid further stay. I think we're just in a holding cell right now. We're not actually in prison.
Yeah, I know, but like they could still do anything to us.
It definitely feels
I'm
like
just
prison.
preparing for the worst.
I mean, here's the one thing. It's not dark and dank. Like, you have a nice window to the outside and the 17,000-foot drop below.
I assume they take our items, like our weapons.
No,
our
actually, they
jewelry,
didn't. They
anything.
didn't.
They didn't do what now? Why?
Just because it's a holding cell. If they thought you guys were in actual danger, like you guys were essentially brought in for a petty crime, like they don't strip you down unless they think you're like actually dangerous.
Oh, so it's just going to be a fine at most. Okay, well, good. We can just pay the fine. I mean,
Community service. I can take community service.
yeah.
I mean, what? Yeah, we can't really pay a fine with what? We could give them Hollow's bracelet.
All right, you're broke, but not all of us are broke.
I refuse.
You refuse to give up an item.
I
Then-
refuse.
Go
I just
then
refuse.
pay a huge fine.
I refuse.
In general, I refuse.
I mean, if we had done it correctly, me and Bear wouldn't be here. Bear?
Done what?
We'd be in way more trouble.
We're invisible for an hour. What were they gonna do?
Find us when the invisibility
you?
wore off.
You turned invisible in front of them. You think they couldn't figure out where you were? They had us surrounded.
Yeah, but have you tried catching someone that's invisible?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. An 8-foot tall Goliath, even when invisible, is still an 8-foot tall Goliath.
You know what? It was probably a really bad idea to make him the one invisible. I could have chosen someone that was smaller. You're correct.
And you all
And
You all
We're all
proceed.
outsiders. Like, I could probably blend in as like a flightless Aarakocra, but they'd be able to find you pretty easily.
Yeah, if I stayed here, I'm going down into the ocean.
And then,
Wait, what was your plan?
Yeah.
Like, no, but it's
Follow
genuinely
after
concerned.
Casey.
Like, were you gonna be a hermit for the rest of your life? Like, in the water?
No. I mean, the Aarakocra aren't like, it's a petty crime. The Aarakocra aren't gonna like send a big bounty on me. A bigger bounty is the dragon.
Let's see. So, I am partially from here. I already have a passport. I'm thinking, I know the laws and stuff. What is, the execution for this small crime? And how can I get out of it? I need some DM intervention, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, unless you guys do anything, you guys just kind of sit here for a while.
Just start talking.
Yeah. It's like Mysterious just goes quiet and then kind of just like focuses. This would be a short rest, right?
Yeah, this is a short rest.
All right, hold on. Let me just.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
Mysterious took some
restful
damage.
a stone slate is, but it's
I'm
technically
healing
a
that
rest,
one day.
yes.
I'm healing that
gonna
one damage.
meditate.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna focus kind of like over my spells a little bit, and arcane recovery. That's one spell slot is not gonna be wasted. So in case we need anything.
Fair enough.
And an Aarakocra guard comes down to you all.
Hello.
Jinx.
And he opens up the cell door. And he says, "Right, your fee's been paid. Get out."
Oh,
By who?
Yeah.
And
Our mysterious benefactor,
by him,
aka
you see Giovanni like wave his hand a little ways away.
Well, now we know.
Johnny's rich. I
Hello.
forgot.
Thank you.
thank you. Sorry for the trouble.
Don't do it again. Repeat
Oh, I don't
offenses.
plan on it.
Repeat offenses get worse and worse. 3 offenses and your wings are cut off and you're thrown to the pits below.
What if I don't have wings?
You're just thrown into the pits below.
That's one
They'll
less
just
step,
cut off
isn't
your
it?
arms.
Yeah.
Well, then holes are cut on your back as a symbolic cutting of wings, and then you're thrown to the pits below.
I think I could survive.
Not the time for cockiness, please. Let's just
And
get on with our
as you
day.
get out of the Temple Mount jailhouse, Giovanni starts walking with you all, and he's like, "What are you all doing?"
We
Casey.
saw Casey and gave chase.
What do you mean you
I
saw
don't know. I saw
Casey?
one of my friends just hanging and die at a bridge, so I went to help him.
What did Casey do?
She has all our
Of
money.
our
Man.
party funds and stashed it somewhere.
Hmm.
If you ever realize, we're kind of broke.
I wanted to talk to her, but
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't keep up. That's fine. I'm sure I'll catch up with her some other point.
It's alright. While you all were doing that, I tried to pull some strings and, get you an audience with as high of an official as I could. And I actually almost managed to get a meeting with Kopacha. But his damn assistant kept making sure no one could get to him.
So we kill him.
No.
God. We're still in the prison. You really trying to go back?
Whoever said it was going to be us.
Maybe I can try helping you talk with them?
Essentially, what's going on here is there's essentially a council of this city composed of the oldest Aarakocra here. Kopacha is definitely one of them. I saw him for a split second, but his assistant made sure no one could ever speak to him. Any of the others I was able to speak to, but not to him.
Odd.
I'll try and
The
use some
boy was
of
oddly
my.
insistent about it.
I think I'll try and use some of my family's authority. I don't know how much it will be useful here, but it's worth a shot.
And the only way to get back here, I was able to pull some strings and get an audience once, but the next time to do so, I would need a sponsor. That's the only way you're going to get a direct audience with them.
I have a question. Do they
So
have
how
like
does that
any
work?
quests that need to be done?
How does that work? Well, you need to be sponsored by either a prominent guild member, a town member with a certain amount of signatory grievances, something like that. It's all very bureaucratic.
What about a dragon?
What about a dragon?
Could we be sponsored by a dragon?
Are you talking about the bronze ones off the coast?
Yeah.
I suppose if you could get a sponsorship from one of them, they could get you in.
I'm kind of friends with one of them. And their family.
Yeah.
Aren't they
How
like
are they gonna
super
prove it?
dangerous to get to even by airship?
Well, I've been there before by water. Where I wanted to go, and there's a secret entrance that I took. It's the dragon entrance. But anyway, I'm speaking too much information. Y'all forget that later anyway. But I could try and send an
There's no
envoy
such
there.
thing as too much information in a situation of life or death, Hollow.
My job is to keep my nation, my little tribe safe. It's too much information. It's too much information. But I
Yeah.
understand where you're coming from. You just need to understand I'm loyal to my people.
Very well.
Okay, Hollow, how about this? Since you're the only one that actually knows anything, and you don't want us to know, you go to court, request it, and then come back and tell us what happened.
What if he dies?
It would be safe for him. He knows the way.
You can know the way to across the nation, but that doesn't stop you from dying.
For example, in the Himalayas, the Sherpas definitely know how to get up that mountain. Doesn't
Yeah, but
mean that
several
many
die every
return.
year. Yeah.
All right, that's a fair point.
See, Bear has wisdom. But
Do we all have a
mean,
room that we're staying at this point?
Yeah, we got a room at the Rock's Roost.
All right. Well, let's get back there and start planning then our next move.
Yeah.
I would like to head to the library, if that's okay.
Very well. The three of us will plan then.
Yeah, we're pretty far up, actually. I would like to maybe search for a way, feather falling spell, a way to stop that. Maybe a scroll or something.
All right, fair enough. You want to get Feather Fall as a spell. Valid.
Yeah, I don't want to die. We're like really far up.
Valid. You have scribing tools and all that, right?
I think so. I can't remember.
All right. Okay, then if you two want to head to the library, get that done, and us two can make up a plan. How does that sound to all of you?
We can
fair
try
enough.
to come up with something.
Okay.
The brains of the group will make a plan.
Okay. All right. So Myceres, and Hollow. You guys head over to the library, which is in the Scholar's Roost, in the most eastern part of town.
Okay.
And how much gold do you have on you, Myceres?
Gold. I have 2 gold coins, but I have 30 GP.
Then we'll say it takes that remaining 30 GP to you to go to the library, talk around with some scholars, find a book that has Featherfall, and do the, hour-long transcribance of it. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, Hollow, what are you doing in the library?
I'm researching my abilities. I can't get them right now,
No, that's-
since I don't even know what they are, so that's what I'm doing.
Your abilities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now that you're a man. That's right.
Okay. Wish me more of that. Yeah, I still gotta research them.
Mm.
You're just some guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now that he's gone through dutification process, um, well,
Got
so
that testosterone injections, huh?
exactly. Well, so Hollow lost his ability to do magic, but he's gained sort of the blessing of his people's river god, and so he's trying to figure out like what does that really mean and what does that imply and what can I do with it. And so, yeah, I would say you find a book written by your people that essentially tells the tale of the river god. What was the subclass you were changing to, by the way? If I'm gonna metagame for a second.
So nice. I wasn't trying to reveal it to everyone, but here we are.
That's okay. So yeah, essentially, you learn that one of your ancient ancestors, when attacked by the river god, was had his arm just sliced off right by the creature's fangs, and in his last moment of desperation, with no weapon, literally and figuratively disarmed, just manifested his raw will into sort of a shard that punctured through the beast and blinded it with its own venom. And the man learned it was the venom from the beast that allowed him to manifest his will in such a way. Now that you also have that venom coursing through you, you too can begin to manifest your will into like solid reality with enough strength. And so yeah, that's how you can. And for the very first time in this library, while Maceres is reading his book, you sort of hunched over, concentrate super hard, and you do manifest this little psychic triangle like shape, and you've manifested your very first soul life.
Fucking dope. All right, it's time to focus a little bit more and see what else I can do.
Mm-hmm. And while
All
that's
right.
going on, Bear, Lavin, and Giovanni are sat in their innkeep's room and are sort of hunched around a table, sort of staring at each other very intently.
So you said in order to get another audience, we need a sponsor, correct?
Exactly.
And that's either a guild member or some other affluent person.
Affluent or has a particularly large grievance,
Mhm.
meaning that they have like a petition or something that they're bringing. The Aarakocra, they speak of how they're creatures of air and freedom, but if you look at how they actually contort themselves, they're more bureaucratic than even Cormetz is.
So the grievance thing is kind of like when you try to put a bill into law and you just sneak something in there unrelated just
Um,
to get it in front of everyone, or
essentially something like that.
okay.
Honestly, I think it'd be easier to just get one of the guilds to help us. Do we know anyone within
Uh,
the city?
I don't believe we do. We're a bunch of outsiders. I don't like no one stuck their neck out for us on the bridge when we were getting arrested. Why would they do that to get us in front of like basically their government?
Because we can do something they can't. No one knows who we are. That doesn't mean we're not useless. If you go to a city or a crown or anything, you want people, if people come in and they see skill enough, get them to do something for you, and they'll help. We haven't done anything for these people. We haven't given them a reason to use us. If we make ourselves useful, we can get help. We're new, we're wild. If anything happens, they don't know they don't know it's us. We have no relation to them.
I mean, that's an argument to not trust you.
Hmm? Yeah, they don't know us, but it doesn't mean they can't use us. What's the best way to get something done and have no connection with you? Get someone else that has no history.
You sound like someone who's making a deal with a crime syndicate.
Well, anything to get us in front of the government. And come on, you cannot honestly believe that no one within this government isn't corrupt.
Yes, of course he's corrupt. He was the one keeping me from talking to him.
Yeah, so
That was the corrupt one.
I just think maybe our best bet is to find someone that has a large grievance.
Well, you have two options. You can either get sponsored, or you can sneak in.
that's a terrible idea.
Oh, that's a very terrible
They're
idea.
both
The last
terrible
time
ideas.
I
Both are
mean,
not going to be very fruitful.
the last time we tried sneaking,
Mm-hmm.
a duchess got murdered.
Hmm.
And to be honest, we weren't really good at sneaking.
You're not
No.
going to let me live that one down, are you?
I'm not letting myself live that down.
Fair enough. Hmm.
I just think we need to be more careful.
And what was this with Casey? What are they up to?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to really talk to her. I couldn't catch up with her.
She only told us that she had to do what she did. Someone forced her, someone threatened her. She didn't say who or what. We can make guesses, but we don't know.
Like maybe those two glowing eyes we saw in the ocean during the storm when she attacked the engine.
That's most likely it, but we're not 100%. I'm saying like I'm 90%.
What the hell? And Giovanni looks down, and like the room's floor is wet.
What? Is it just like pouring up, or is it like through a hole?
It seems like a pipe has burst. What the hell?
Does it smell? Like, what is it? Does it just smell like water, sewage?
Just smells like water.
I'll go talk to the proprietor, see if just to let them know, see if there's anything that can be done.
Mm-hmm. And you sort of get downstairs and you see the proprietors like tying a towel onto one of the pipes on the roof. It's like, yeah, there's been a lot of problems with the plumbing all around the city lately. Sorry about that.
What sort of problems?
Just pipes springing loose. People, plumbers going disappearing, things like that. Not a whole lot we can do about it.
Plumbers going missing. That sounds quite serious.
It is serious, but I'm not very well acquainted with the sewer guild, and I try my best not to be.
Oh my god, are they ran by Mario? And
No.
their brother Luigi?
Damn.
I don't know. They could be hunting down aliens.
It's just a bunch of changelings.
And at this point, Hollow and Miss Aries, you guys are getting back from the library.
Yeah. What?
So,
What's the plan?
so the Stewards Guild is having the issue. They're having people going missing.
Mm-hmm.
How long has this been going on?
How long has this been going on? Started about a week ago.
So we're helping the sewer guild, I guess. Is that how we're? I remember the last thing we talked about was sponsorship. So I'm guessing we're getting a sponsorship from the sewer guild for this.
The Stewards Guild. I'm still talking to the proprietor of the inn. Where is the Sewers Guild?
Out in Drop Harbor. I wish they'd get their webbed feet over here. They're like jamming 2 more towels down like a pipe to prevent it from leaking.
Dropped Harbor, right? That's what you said?
Mm-hmm. Drop Harbor is the lowest district to the water line, and thus it serves as a perfect base for the water treatment and all that.
Right. Well, maybe I can lend a hand real quick with patching all this up. I have my own establishment back home, so pretty well versed with plumbing issues.
What about that big fella? Can you hand me a wrench?
Oh, I was still upstairs. I didn't follow. I'm just like using my ring to clean. Like it could clean a 1-foot object if I take time. So I'm just cleaning the floor.
Okay.
I'm using that magic.
I'm like 6 foot, so I think I would be considered big, right?
Sure, why not?
I mean, not an 8-foot giant,
Yeah,
but
the tall, gangly one.
yeah, sure. I'll hand it
The
to you.
bean pole.
He has
Thank
some
you.
muscle. He has the +1.
And with that,
Yeah.
a couple turns later, the water stops flooding.
I'm chiseled. Yeah.
Once everything's patched up, Lavin will head back to the room. I think we might have a lead.
My guy's just still cleaning.
Yeah, the sewer, right? We're going to the sewer guild?
I was thinking that apparently they've been having plumbing issues all over the city for the past week, and whenever they try to send someone to go take care of it, they don't come back. So this kind of sounds like something.
Yeah, it sounds like something we get a sponsorship for if we completed.
Yeah, it's at least worth the shot.
I'm gonna go to the guild hall to get a permit for working here. I think this will also come handy so we don't get into legal troubles. So I'll be right back, and I'll be taking my leave.
Why is he leaving? We could all go together.
Man,
I'm
come on, let's go.
Oh, hold
Go get a
on. They're
permit.
missing, right? We should all go together just in case.
Yeah, let's go get a permit.
Do we need a permit?
I mean, we'll be more accountable if we just went in there and did
What
stuff.
money?
We'd be put to blame, and then again, we already have a strike on our backs. If we get more, well, they'll throw us into the pit. So I think it's good if we all get a permit.
I mean, it's more likely to not get in trouble. I mean, who is dumb enough to trespass and ask or do a good thing while trespassing? That's only going to get you in trouble.
I mean, I'm just saying we go down to the Drop Harbor district and just talk to them, and they'll probably just give us whatever credentials we need to do the job if we get it.
We have to go to the town hall first to get our credentials. That's why we're going there first.
Oh,
Yeah, we
okay.
get it from them.
If y'all aren't going, I'll just go there myself. That's fine.
Like an Adventures Guild card.
Yep.
Except now we're doing plumbing. Yeah.
Doesn't it make more sense to just go to them? They run the whole thing.
Adventurers needed permits or licenses, but okay.
I don't know. I
Different
love this
countries,
flawless
different laws.
logic.
It's a country run by guilds, so I'm guessing there's a guild for adventurers, and there's probably a quest for the sewer guild on the adventurers guild. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know. This is a one-step process, and you're adding like 3 on to it.
Yeah, my idea is
Just
Just
head
go to
down
the
to
sewers.
Drop Harbor and talk to the sewer guild and try to get a better beat on what the issue is, so we can go in prepared.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go get the permit alone then. Peace. I'll be back at this place in a few minutes.
Okay, and I'll just hand wave it. Say, You go over, they say, nah, kid, you don't need a permit for this shit. And they send you on back without too much trouble.
Can I get that in writing? I don't feel like dealing with legal
All right.
troubles.
Y'all don't need no fucking permit. And he hands it to you.
Signed by name and
Gary.
everything.
Signed by City Hall Clerk. There you go.
Thank you, and I'm off.
You know what? He's making sure he's got all his boxes ticked. Fair enough. Fucking when you're working with local governments, you gotta make sure you have every little box ticked, or they'll send you back to square one. Fair enough. All right. So what is your guys' plan now?
Sewer guild it is.
Kevin's just gonna head to Drop Harbor and locate the sewer guild and see who we can talk to.
Sewer guild.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, and you guys find it pretty quickly. It's a very instantly noticeable building from the delightful aroma coming from it.
Oh,
It just smells perfectly of like garum and fish.
how do the pipes work here? Because there's no underground. It would just be hanging.
It's probably pressurized.
Deeply pressurized. Essentially, how it works is that all the water is drawn directly from the lake, right? That sits below us. It's beautifully clean, fresh water. And then all of that beautiful, clean, fresh water is then pressurized and sent outward, right? And then when it's brought back to Drop Harbor, because Drop Harbor is at the lowest point in town, it is brought via gravity, right? And
Yeah,
then,
but where do you put it?
yeah, all the sewer goes into that waterfall you see leading out of the town.
Oh, we had to go through that.
You didn't have to get like into the waterfall, if that makes you feel any better. Like,
Yeah, I know, but we
it's
thought it would look
shunted to
cool.
the lowest point in the water line and then allowed to drop.
Oh, that makes it way better.
Yeah, it's not like it's sprayed upwards. Like they do their best to avoid sickness around here. But you can see sort of a large fat bird. Is it maybe a rooster even? Sitting at the front desk.
Dang.
Hi.
We heard of some plumbing issues and plumbers going missing. Thought we could help.
Oh, you're the new fodder?
Yes.
Let's see. He looks over Hollow and Bear, and it's like, can't even get. All right, you want in? Go on in. Pipe works extend about 4 floors down. They only usually make it about 3.
Exactly what's going on or why they haven't returned.
Well, there's a large slime that's essentially sat itself in the plumbing system, and no one of us can get it out.
Okay, so it's a pest control issue.
Mm-hmm.
You guys not have like a guild that like specializes in this? I know there's a bunch of guilds in this city.
It's not exactly as though you can specialize in a, once in every year type problem. Usually
So you don't
we'd
have that many like.
Usually we'd have some of our best fighters just come in and smash the thing over the head, but all the best fighters are out right now.
Where'd they go?
Where'd they go? They're out patrolling the hinterlands. Nasty shit's happening out there. Undead roving, pirates about. Usually the bronze dragons keep those things in check, but with them not doing their job, the fighters have to do their job, meaning what the fighters' normal job of pest control and all crime prevention has been left to a bunch of yahoo corrupt guards that they've drafted at the last second.
That's
That
why the guards are
explains a
so.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do our best to remove this slime for you then.
Yeah,
It's
hope
a
you do better
slime.
than the last guy. He's still in the hospital.
Jeez, at least someone came back alive.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go ask him like how many slimes there might be? Because if it's only one slime, it shouldn't be this hard, right?
Could be like a really big slime though.
How do
That's
you
what it
kill a
sounds like.
slime?
That is a golden question, isn't it?
Like, do I eat it?
I don't know, Bear. Do you eat it?
I don't know. I don't think he's ever fought a slime.
I could try lightning bolt. I don't think fireball would work because fireball would, I guess it might evaporate it, but I think lightning bolt would do a lot better because it's a lot higher temperature than
It's
fireball.
We could ask.
Fireball
depending on the type of slime that it is. Pretty much all slimes are immune to acid, poison, and I believe cold,
Just
Yes.
depending on what slime it is.
we have to just go
Mm.
down and figure it out when we get down there.
Yep.
We have someone who knows though, like the person's in the hospital. We could just go ask him what type of slime it is before we go.
We could always ask our slime guy. We have a person made of slime. He might know the best about it.
You're not
We
wrong.
could have the Ganashi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of him. Booted his little voice to a stone man.
Mysterious is making fun of Delphin.
I wasn't. That wasn't me. That was Hollow, I think.
I mean, we could go talk to Alvin, but also I feel time is of the essence.
Oh yeah, I'm down to just go down there and die. Or not die. It really depends.
Let's get
As
this stuff
long-
done and stop talking already.
Yeah, as long as we're careful, we should be fine.
Yeah. I'll go in the middle because I'm very squishy. I'd like to cast Mage Armor on myself
Mm-hmm.
before we go.
Okay.
That lasts
Oh,
for
wait.
8 hours.
One last thing. Excuse me, sir. I need this in writing.
What do you need in writing?
Yes. I need in writing that you gave us permission to go down here and solve the problem.
Yeah, alright. God, so much paperwork these days. And he writes it down and has you on your way.
Thank you. Off to the mission. Ooh, we never discussed payment. 200 gold for each of us.
200 gold for
Yeah.
20
Nice.
for all of you.
Oh no.
Well,
Listen up.
have fun
You've
drinking
had a
sewer
bunch of-
water, I guess.
I mean, we could use a sponsorship to get an audience with the council. If you could pull those strings for us, I'd take that as payment.
Alright, I can do that, yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Honestly, that's probably worth more than money right now.
We'll go take care of your slime problem then.
Okay. Have fun.
We'll try to come back alive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the free spell slot, the free first level spell slot from that magic thingy you gave us a while ago.
Okay, that's completely valid.
I'm ready to go. Where are you going now?
You need any supplies?
Okay. Let me... Yeah, Lavin, give me a wisdom save.
Natural one.
That's a 1. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, alright. You take, 33 psychic damage.
Okay.
As you're beginning to walk down, the rooster Aarakocra just looks at you piercingly, and you just feel things start to slip.
Do I notice this because it's magic or?
Not really.
Okay. I'll just ask, Lavin, you okay? Like, because obviously, like, a headache, right? Like, it's like
Yeah,
splitting
you
headache.
just feel like the wind and just like everything was like taken out of you. And you're having trouble remembering things all of a sudden.
Thank God it wasn't me. 33 damage. I would have been dead already. I have 30 health.
I think that's just a headache.
I think that would just knock you out.
It's just a headache. It's fine. It's probably the air.
It's best to take caution of your health. Just a headache can be something more dangerous, so we must tread very lightly.
If she took that much damage, would she like bleed from her nose or something? Like,
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
like this. Wait, can I counterspell that?
if you want to add that flavor text in, like go on ahead and do it, Lavin.
Sure. Like, just a small dribble of the nose.
Yeah.
So I wasn't aware of this, right? Because otherwise I could have counterspelled it. I'm so sad.
It's
It's not a
probably
spell.
just the altitude. It's
Oh.
fine.
That's not good. It's not a spell.
most people usually don't get a nosebleed from a headache.
Well, the altitude doesn't help.
What are those things called? The psychic monsters. I forget.
I know what it is. I'm not saying though.
Oh, you know what it is?
I read the monster manual. Looks like a rooster. I'm not stupid.
Mind flares.
The fuck is that?
And the rooster sort of gets up from the desk, still behind it, but like is like looking like, "Are you okay, miss?"
Sir, but I'm fine.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. If you need anything, just let me know, okay?
Ooh.
I think you need to bring him back up as soon as possible. I think your mind flares.
Yeah, it's
Not a
just through
spell.
there. And the sort of a large like pressurized doorknob is one of the ones you have to turn like a submarine door. Find it on the 3rd floor.
Bear, you want to get the door?
Very well. But I would like while doing it, I would be asking Hollow, why do you think it's a mind flare from a nosebleed?
Well,
It's like if I twisted my ankle, you'd think it'd be a giant.
let me finish my sentence. Mind flares are a creature, tentacle-like creature, it's with the inky, like Casey, that messes with the mind. That's like mind flare. It literally starts either controlling or destroying the brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Can the 4 of you give me an intelligence save?
Intelligence save. Right.
Hell yeah, my best one.
Another natural one.
Awesome.
23.
23?
17.
17. Excellent. So, as you guys,
Yeah, I got 17 as well.
So you guys begin to head in to the pipeworks, and most of you see it, except for Hollow, see it as this heavily misted, like dense network of pipes with plenty of places to bonk your head on and like sharp bits jutting out and all that lovely stuff. Hollow, you see it as a very well maintained area, just covered in nasty green slime.
This place sucks.
And like to you, like you see them like taking big steps or like ducking down to avoid bonking their heads on pipes that just aren't there.
I look at them sideways and say, "What are you doing?"
What do you think? Those pipes? And like I just point towards the thing. You gotta watch your head. And like
Yeah.
I assume like there's a like very low, so my guy's super tall, so he has to duck down a lot, and he's
Exactly.
just doing it. He's not really
Exactly.
thinking of it.
But there's nothing there. This is a pretty well maintained pipeline. It just has a little bit of slime everywhere. My, oh no, you guys, you don't see what I see, do you?
Or you're crazy, and we're sane.
Your ego is speaking.
Well,
Just
hold on, hold
admit
on,
Blackman
hold on, hold
is
on.
gonna reach out towards like one of the pipes
Hmm. Yeah, your hand
and
passes right on through it,
no, Hollow's right.
and with that,
Yeah.
the illusion around you guys disperses.
Okay, I'd like to point out, like, I'm just wondering. I kind of like my whole thing is like a researcher into like that was my whole thing. I'm gonna research into animals,
Hmm.
but I maybe heard of something like this.
Yeah, you want to give me an Arcana check?
Yes, sir. There we go. Come on. Nope. 18.
18.
Yeah, I have a +7.
Hang on one second.
Gotta pull out the monster manual.
No. So you've read the annotated works of various authors like Xanathar and Waldenstein and Mordenkainen and all that, and you've heard of intelligent slimes before, and slimes that have magical abilities. So it could be something like that.
Okay.
I think we should hurry up as soon as possible. The more mind games and tricks that are played on us, the harder it is that we'll be able to defeat the monster. So let's hurry it up. And if there's any more things that, well, trick you guys, I'll try my best to make sure that y'all are on the right path.
Normally I'm pretty vigilant. Maybe I might have to be a little bit more vigilant. I let my guard down. Therapy.
Well, you may pass this one, but what do you mean? How do we know if the next one's gonna be fake or real? Just because you see through this one, it doesn't mean you'll see through all of it.
Question: are these checks or saves? Because saves I have a +7, checks I have a +4.
Saves.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'll tell you if it's a
okay,
check.
okay. I rolled for a check. That's why.
Let's keep moving. Enough chit chat. We have a job to do. Also, if you feel like you're being tricked, take damage.
Mm-hmm.
Pain versus the mind receptors and focuses on the pain instead of what's in front of you.
You're
Exactly.
saying if you're seeing an illusion, just smack you? Because I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that too. But here's the thing. I mean, how am I gonna know if I'm being tricked if
Bear,
the
give me
trick
a
is
deck
working?
save right now.
Bet. I have danger sense. I have advantage on dex checks.
Okay, excellent.
15.
Excellent. So you feel a pseudopod wrap around your leg, and now give me an intelligence save, Bear.
Hell yeah. And the smartest 13.
13. Excellent.
I'm the
Dominate
smartest
person
one.
has been cast on you, Bear.
Oh, shit.
I don't know that.
So Bear, I'm gonna need you to who is the closest person to Bear right now?
Uh,
I think
that's probably hanging back.
mm,
I think it would be hollow because I'm the farthest back. I'd be like I'm the back wing with like the two squishy ones. I think.
I don't like taking damage, and I'm usually,
Well, I'm not
moving
gonna I'm
around.
not
So
gonna have him attack you guys. I just
Oh,
need to
Well, you
know
don't
who
know
it.
anything has happened.
Yeah, I just
yeah.
need to know who is closest to Bear.
let's just roll for it. Like highest roll wins.
All right,
No,
fair enough.
I think it would be like Lavin or hollow though, because
Let's roll a
I'm
regular, not. Let's roll a regular 20. Not 20. D20. Wherever gets the highest roll,
Here, I'm just gonna decide with a D4 roll. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so 1 is Lavin, 2 is Hollow, 3 is Maceres. And if I get anything higher, I'll reroll. Okay, 3, so that is Maceres.
All
So,
right, so Bear, you're in the back with me.
yeah. Bear, what's your attack roll?
What am I using?
Great X. Or Bugbear's Basher.
Oh, that's a +8.
Okay,
But I
so
have multi-attack.
roll one of those against Miss Ares then.
I'm dead.
Okay.
I have 13.
I have some. Would he want me to use reckless or anything? Because I do have a bunch of stuff. Or
no, this
I also
creature
have
doesn't know
multi-attack.
enough about you to fully utilize the full extent of this battle station. So no, he would
Alright.
just have you attack pretty regular Stevens.
I have 2 attacks. I have multi-attack, so I can go again.
Okay, excellent. Then go one more time then.
I'm dead the first time though.
26.
Okay,
I got a 17 and 26.
okay, excellent. Yeah, do both of those break your AC, Miss Ares?
AC's 13.
Yeah, okay.
Anything.
You have
yeah,
mage armor.
let's go for damage.
Yeah. Mage armor's 13. I had 11 originally.
Damn.
13
Sucks.
plus your dex. Do you have shield or anything?
I
think he
did
has
not know
shields.
13 plus my shield. I do not have a shield, but I do have a +1, so it's 14. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, Miss
eight.
Ares
Okay,
is
don't
like
worry,
the
I'll-
ultimate, standard wizard. Like,
Alright,
he
don't
doesn't
worry,
come
I'll
in
hit
with
you.
shields or armor or shit like that.
I have roll damage.
I can't. I'm not proficient in anything.
Exactly.
Okay.
15 and a 17. See, that's not so bad.
Yeah, no. No, I'm dead. I have 30 HP.
Yeah.
That's 32.
Yeah, alright. So, Bear essentially wheels around and, slams Maceres into the pipes, instantly knocking him out. What do you two guys do when you see this?
Oh, it's new.
Oh, yeah, and Bear, you can roll another intelligence check to try and break the hold.
Oh, hell yeah.
I cast Spare the Dying on Miss Ares to stabilize him.
I have 19.
Okay, yeah, you've broken out of the domination then. So you crack Maceres' skull on that, and then you instantly realize what you've done.
Bear, what the hell?
My guy would go, seething with anger. Something's here. And I want to take control. I don't like being taken.
I have a question. Was the slime on top of his head or something?
No, it just wrapped around his ankle, casted Dominate Person, and then slithered away. You guys didn't see shit.
Dude, I know something took control, right? And touched me after.
Yeah, you know something touched you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him something's here and something's trying to take us. Everyone square up. Make a triangle and protect Osiris.
Just
We're
down.
gonna fucking kill this thing.
It's as squishy as hell, but whatever. I'm gonna cast
I have the most damage output.
Cure Wounds on Miss Ares.
Okay.
So that's 11 points of healing.
Alright, cool. Yeah, you're back up to 11, Miss Ares. You're... The bleeding is still happening, but it's mostly stopped. And your vision's only a little blurry.
And I kind of
What?
just look to everyone else like that's one of my only healing spells. I don't got much else than that.
Okay. What just happened?
Something to control me, and I'm sorry for hitting you.
All right. I would like
I'll
to
apologize.
blast the slime.
What slime?
Gone. It's gone.
Yeah, you guys are still got 2 floors to go before it is where the rooster says it was.
Let's just keep moving and be careful.
I would like
I'm
to
gonna go
send my
into
familiar.
alert mode.
I think
I would
we
like to
need
send
to.
my familiar in my hawk just into the ahead,
Okay.
just to keep everything.
Yeah, alright. You're gonna send your bird boy ahead. Do you let him get out of vision range, or does he stick pretty close to you guys?
He sticks with 100 feet of us. He's
Okay.
just going and making sure that there's no slime anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, he
It's like a
doesn't see
mine.
anything then.
Okay. Do you know the mine clearers in like the formation for
Yes, my mind clearing bird. Excellent.
I don't know. I think we should spread apart. At
Mm-hmm.
least 10 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Lavin, roll a d4, please.
A D4?
Yes.
Oh god.
1.
Okay, yeah. Miseries, take away 1 health. Because while you have that memory drain on you, you have to roll a d4 for any time you make a roll and subtract that from it.
Oh, okay. That thank God it's a 1 then.
Yeah, that's a nasty ability, isn't it?
Can I counterspell it?
It's not a spell though.
There's no disperse anything, so
Everybody
Right?
say
Get
alert.
moving.
We gotta keep moving. Watch out for
Yeah.
any slimes and just don't step on any of the slime parts. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Just kinda like to have it on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do it like when we're entering into the level.
Understood. Understood.
So it's not yet, but basically as soon as we see the slime, I'm casting it, kind of like a pre-prepared like action.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get 2 floors down further without any trouble. This is where they say the slime will be, and you don't see anything. You just see like boilers and pressure systems and stuff like that.
Tech magic?
I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna use my psionic ability to connect with their psyche. I want to try and see if I can go through the maze that is his mind to try and like if I get kept, mind set to myself to see if I can try and defend it.
Okay, you're trying to set up. You're giving them extra mental barriers. That's what you're trying to do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, valid, valid.
Can I do detect magic to see if I can like see like because it takes 10 minutes to cast, so
Sure,
uh, uh
you can take 10 minutes to do detect magic.
yeah.
I don't know if we have 10 minutes to do your little spell.
I mean, we can still do it while it's walking.
Yeah. I don't need to be it's stationary.
Isn't it a ritual? You have to like set up a thing?
Yes, it is a ritual, but it's like on myself. It's not it's like it's a ritual where you use your hands and stuff. You don't
Yeah, he doesn't
it's
have to like set up no candles or nothing like that.
yeah. It's like a very long incantation of spells and hand gestures. So I can do that while I'm walking. It just will. I can't do anything else while I'm doing it.
Yep.
So that'll
So
be my concentration.
with this crude drawing, I'm drawing sort of this 3rd floor water system in front of you. So there's just sort of some pressure gauges, some like control panel systems, some like pipes and hoses and stuff like that. And there's sort of like this long trough right here where you can see wastewater getting filtered. And there is absolutely no sign of a slime.
Mm. Let's
Do you
see.
think the chicken was wrong?
Or
I want to do a perception check to check if there's anything out of place in the mechanics. Not looking for slime.
Yeah, okay. Where are you looking at the control desk? What?
All the controls, see if anything's misplaced, out of order, or broken.
Okay.
So that means
What sort of knowledge do you have with engineering? Honestly,
Um,
that's a custom skill I should add is engineering.
yeah, maybe the feet. Actually, yeah, that actually be a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
In
for
terms
next
of
time, add engineering as a custom skill. It's going to use intelligence.
all right,
If you're artificer or wizard, you can, have that as a trained skill.
Nice. I'm about to get one class in artificial, and I'm a wizard, so this is great.
Yeah,
it's just
there you
working.
go. I guess Rogue 2 could get it. Yeah, that sounds right to me.
I just have one question. Have I done any training with Giovanni yet, or is that still to come?
Yeah, you've done a little bit of it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're learning artificing from him right now, so you're already picking up engineering knowledge.
Let's go.
Uh, could I do a survival check to see, like, this is a monster, so it must have like a nest or something.
Sure.
So, like, could I see if it's leaving any like marks, pads, or like it's a
Oh yeah,
slime?
this
So I
this
assume
entire
that
area
some
is like coated in nasty green slime, but none of it appears to be alive.
and none of it seems to be like more than most. So like it repeatedly goes to this one spot.
Mm. Actually, while Hollow and Bear are making observations of this area, you actually do see something in one of the water pressure units because it's got sort of a glass surface where you can watch the water get pressurized. You notice a young boy trapped in the water pressurizer.
Uh, action to break them out with the hammer that I always carry since I'm, repair ships.
Wait, did I finish my detect magic to see if there's like a trap there?
No, you haven't finished detect magic yet.
Oh no. I don't see him then because I'm just doing my detect magic still. I'm doing this ritual.
Okay. So Holly, you're gonna bust it open and free the kid.
Yes.
Okay. You bust it open. Pressurized water begins onto you. Um, it is sewer water, so you are going to take 3 points of poison damage and give me a Constitution saving roll.
Ain't that a bitch? Said Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Go.
So,
14.
okay. Yeah. You don't know it yet, but you have a disease. You have no clue though. But
I have a climb on me, don't I?
no, you have carrion crawler parasite.
Ugh,
So
sounds
yeah,
disgusting.
so
Hey, don't laugh at me.
write that down on your character sheet. That'll be relevant. That that's a secret tool that will come in handy later.
If like
Half a bitch.
2 weeks later something pops out of your
2
chest
weeks
and
later,
it's little,
Hollow just fucking explodes.
In chest bushes.
He just gibs.
Go ahead.
The kid just like tumbles onto the ground, just like completely unconscious, like clutching their chest real closely.
how is he not dead? I'm not trusting that kid.
Help! 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 Oh, please, my stomach. It's hurting so much. Help me.
Does would a healing spell help? I don't know.
Give me your hand, please.
Don't.
I want to insight check the child.
Yeah.
I'm not trusting some random child who was drowning and is somehow alive.
24.
24. Yeah, there's something off with this kid. You trust your gut instinct on that one for sure.
Something's not right.
Yeah, if that was a human kid, that should have been drowned by now.
Yeah, no, that's Bear's solution. That's Bear's idea. Like, no way someone survived drowning and is still alive.
Please.
They also shouldn't be able to talk. Their lungs should be filled with water.
Did you get in the pipe?
And the kid like is lurching towards towards Hollow, like, help me, please. Please.
Oh,
I take 2 steps back. Please get the freak away from me.
And the kid passes out.
I was about to kick him.
Actually, with an insight of 24, like, you can see he's, like, still attached to to the, uh, to the boiler by a long, like, trail of mucus, essentially. Stuck to his
Lightning
leg.
bolt the mucus.
Don't touch. Let's. Are you done with your ritual yet, Miss Aries?
I don't know. Am I?
Yeah. We'll say you just finished completing it, and yeah, there's a lot of magic in this room. Both artificer magic to make the pipes work, and some sort of innately magical creature in this room.
Would I notice because it gives me the type of magic? So would I notice that there's a different type of magic in between the artificer?
Um, yeah, it's mostly illusion and enchantment.
Okay. We really need to get a defense against this stuff. I mean, this is the type of stuff that if we're going to be facing with the dragon, but there's illusion magic here at play.
Okay, that makes sense because when we first walked in here, 3 of us saw an illusion.
So wait, do we kill the kid?
No. What do I see when I look at the kid? Do I see like that same illusion magic on him, and that it's trying to?
That is in fact a kid, to the best of your knowledge.
It seems like he's being used.
The kid just
and
smells
as
like
bait?
sewage.
Yeah.
Leave him be. For
I
now.
mean, he's a hostage. We should try to rescue him because he's being used as bait to get us over here. But he's bait, so like, watch out. I mean, it's illusionary, so I'm just guessing that this monster that. Knowing that it's illusionary magic, would I now would that narrow it down any for me?
Yeah, it's a slime that can do illusionary magic.
God, it's a magic.
Let's get
slime.
moving.
Yeah.
We're connected to the slime. We just need to take out the slime. We can't waste our energy.
Yeah, can I firebolt the thing that's attached to him? And I can because if I need to, I can just he automatically succeeds on a firebolt, I think. No, if I
Magic
have
missiles and automatic success. I think you still have to roll for firebolt.
Oh yeah, sorry, magic missile, I mean.
What's going on over there?
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Lavin! Lavin!
Oh hell no!
And you hear banging on the door into this control room. Lavin! Lavin!
Do I recognize the voice?
Yeah, it's Garrick's voice.
Who's Garrett?
Or Emmerich. Or, oh, I always get those two confused. But
Garrick is my assistant, my manager back at my establishment, my strip club. It's basically what it is.
Fair enough. Lavin! Let me in, Lavin!
I prepared an attack with the.
Yeah, no. Do I get my magic missile off onto the thing that's attached to the kit? Because I have sculpt magic, which just basically they succeed automatically, even if there's like area effects. So.
What now?
I use magic missile onto the the slime that's connecting the kit, just the slime itself, not the kit.
Yeah. You pew. You sever it, and the kid instantly like liquefies and just dissipates.
All right, it was magic. Okay.
I'm gonna take a sample of that real quick. Good idea for research.
Ew.
All right.
It, the field of this business is disgusting and weird, but it's a necessary thing to progress in technology and magic. They're the mind of a mad scientist.
Lavin, is that you? Let me in. I need your help. There's
Well,
a
three.
creature out here attacking me.
Let it die.
Is it on the other side of the door we're supposed to go through, or
It's on the other side of the door.
Well, let's not open it. I would like to. I would just like to firebolt that door. I'm not going nowhere near it, but we can firebolt the door open, or I'll just blast it. Whichever one has more like firing power before.
Yeah,
there's
this
no
this
way
is the
he's here? He has to be back home.
Yeah, which is why whatever is behind that door is trying to get us in there and kill us. So, firebolt the door.
yeah, this is the room you guys came from before. Lavin,
Firebolt?
please. Ah!
Well, he's dead. Too bad, too sad. It ain't even him.
And you see like Garrick's like hand bleeding, like slapping up against the little window at the top of this door.
That's some pretty good, isn't it?
I'm gonna just insight check it because
Hmm.
28.
Minus whatever you roll.
Well, it's just an insight check.
Okay. I mean, Garrick had a reason to leave Cormet's for good reason too. Like, it's very possible he's trying to track you down and ended up here.
The thing is, we never told him where we went.
Yeah. Like, how would he know?
So let's just call bullshit and get on with our day.
I mean, we don't have to go in there to kill it.
Yeah, yeah. Worst things worse, though, we just have to resurrect him. So, we'll get
Worst
his
things
body-
worse, that's really hard to do, I think.
Yes. Can I firebolt the door
Sure.
to like blast it open?
Sure.
Okay. That's
You don't have
A
to
10
roll
to hit?
anything. You blast the door. It flies
Okay.
open, and Garrick falls back on his ass, clutching a bleeding wound. Ah!
all right. Where's the monster?
Is there any mucus around
It
him?
stabbed me through the chest and then recoiled into the pipes.
Yeah,
Doing
poison.
here?
But it's an illusionary magic type monster.
I tried to
doesn't
find
really-
you, Lavin. Things are getting worse back home. I had to leave. I couldn't stay there anymore.
How did you find us?
I checked the airship records of which ones had flown.
We weren't in the airship records.
We were spotted
Yeah, but like we
and
didn't.
boarded.
What's the Drow's name, by the way? It slips my mind right now.
Trevane.
Yeah. Trevane sent a sending spell as well to tell me exactly where you guys had landed when I was trying to find you guys. Oh, God. Lavin, please, it hurts so much. Oh.
I'm gonna cast healing word at first
Wait,
level.
do I see him like light up? Like, do I see any magic on him? Like illusionary? Like what do I see with him?
No, there's no magic on him.
Oh yeah, he seems real. He doesn't have the same stuff the kid did.
Oh, he only gets 3 hit points, but
That's okay. Oh. Ugh. And he like grabs a pipe and slowly stands up. Oh, Lavin, thank you so much.
Hold on, you might be infected.
Infected?
It's a very, it's a slime. We noticed, but like it gets for example, Bear clocked me earlier because it took over his body. We don't know if it can take it. Like we're we don't know what happens, like where it is, but we know it can take over people's bodies. So we need to. We know it's you, but we don't know if you've been taken over or not.
That's a fair point.
Oh, and he starts passing out.
We're gonna get you. Yeah, that's good. Pass out so we can bring you safely.
If he hits the floor, he's
Not
gonna hurt
conscious?
his skull.
Levin
Mage hand.
tries.
Mage hand.
Levin catches him and like tries to ease him to the floor.
Yeah.
And he's holding on to you, Levin. He says, "Oh, thank you so much."
Go to. Do you have a sleep spell? Like that, so we can bring him up.
Someone's gonna have to carry him. I'm not strong enough.
There, you good?
Lavin, give me another wisdom check.
Oh.
Should
Wisdom,
we
a
take him?
wisdom check
Yeah,
or save.
Save.
Okay. Oh, that's better than last time.
What? Let's see.
Oh, 19.
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens. Garrett just gives you like a deeply intense stare of like needing you in this moment.
There was an attack. Garrick attacked. Oh no.
I'm gonna use my psychic soul ability and go into his mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and
Yeah. Give me an intelligence save. Miss or Hollow.
I was like, what? I did something?
15.
15.
That's
Yeah. All right. Attack Lavin.
Oh.
Oh, good thing this is the bludgeoning damage.
Don't you
Miss.
have a dagger?
Yeah. The miss anyway.
Okay.
Let's get back.
Yeah. As you try to probe into Garrick's mind, an overwhelming mental force just slams into you and takes over you instead. And you thrust your rapier at Lavin, just narrowly pushing in enough control that instead of hitting their head, you essentially like swoosh right past them, and like the rapier's like right here in the wall.
Someone took control of. Okay, so it's taking control of Hollow. Pain. Slap him.
Kick him.
I'll slap him because Bear's too hard. Bear almost killed me with a slap last time. I'll slap Hollow to get him back into it. Try to get him back. Advantage on next throw.
I mean,
Like
first
I
I
tried to
want to
snap.
know, what does Lavin think of almost getting stabbed in the face by Hollow?
Good thing I used the blunt one for training.
Like,
Why would you have that?
I mean, she would know that Bear attacked me earlier, right?
Yeah, of course, but
and also it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe this was bound to happen.
I said, go ahead, my bad.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm gonna slap him before he can respond.
no, and Hollow says like, I'm through playing games with you and putting up with you. And Hollow, make another attack roll.
Can I choose which one?
No, you're gonna choose the rapier, same one as before.
Why would you get to choose if you're being controlled?
Yeah, exactly.
I wish. 22.
And this time you Hollow crescendos around, not messing around, and this time does in fact stab you right in like the here-ish. Doing 16, yeah.
Let's say ignore the sneak attack damage. Because I'm pretty sure like we're spread apart far enough where there's no allies around me.
No,
But since I'm like an enemy,
actually, you are adjacent to an ally in this situation.
I hate flying people.
Since Lavin is holding Garrick,
Mm-hmm.
and Garrick does qualify as an ally to whatever it is you are dominated by.
So 16 damage?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, not looking too great.
Can I
Does that knock you
just
out,
rush?
or are you?
No, I got 7 hit points left.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're just like pinned to the wall now with Garrick's weight holding you down.
Could I rush to like over and like just grapple Hollow? Maybe like suplex him.
Sure.
What would that be?
That's a
grapple
grapple
check?
action.
Athletics?
Strength.
Yeah, grapple action, 5e. Or not 53, 5e.
There's a D&D
Future.
53?
Damn,
The
you're
future of
releasing a lot
D&D.
of sequels these days.
I know, man. I haven't even got to 6. D&D 6. Hey,
Mhm.
when do they release this one?
Okay. Special melee attack. Must be one
Actually,
size
hold on.
category. Okay,
Uh,
so I'm just gonna hand wave it and say, yeah, give me a melee attack against Hollow then, like
it is an
unarmed
athletic
melee
check.
attack. Oh, okay,
It's an athletics or you can use dex for acrobatics. I just checked it
okay, yeah, you
to
give me an
escape it.
athletics then.
And I could do 2 grapples because I have 2 attacks.
Mm.
So the
Okay.
first one.
So we can't see any slime that way, right?
Can you see it? I mean, you see slime everywhere. The entire place is covered with the shit.
But like the mucus that we saw from the kid earlier, like there is none of that mucus.
Well, so you're looking at Garrick, and you can see it on him, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I would like the magic missile while this is all going on. The slime.
Okay, yeah.
That-
Pew! You hit it, and Garrick dissolves in Lavin's hands.
Called it. Sorry.
But I think
The
given
thing
the
that worries me.
situation, Garrick Lavin has bigger concerns right now. Yeah. So contest that with your acrobatics, Hollow.
My bad.
It's all good.
23.
Yeah. He backflips right out of your attempted grab.
Don't worry. I have multi attack and I could use both attacks to grapple him.
All right, try it again, but my puppet is not gonna go down that easy.
5. Make another check.
Yeah, do it, puppet. Come on, give me a good acrobatics check. You fucking
You got 5,
dick.
I got 7.
You fucking dick. No.
Oh,
You-
25.
All
Perfect.
right, yeah. Hollow is grappled then.
Oh yeah, I'm just literally just gonna while he just jumps away, I'm going to like
All right, Hollow, give me an
shoulder check him into the
an
wall.
intelligence saving throw, please.
19.
All right, yeah, you break out of the spell then.
Where's that fucking slime? I hate these things already.
Yeah, this is a real
I'm ready to
fucker
get
of a
out of
creature,
here.
isn't it?
Yeah, let's regroup up there and try to get some. Tell them what's going on, so we can get maybe some anti get us. Maybe we could get some +1 against for saves, intelligence saves.
Or we could just go kill this thing fucking now.
Yeah, you're
I
good.
think
None
we
of
need
us
to
are
split
helping.
up.
Except for you, Bear.
I
I'm
mean,
okay with
you
talking
can
to-
retreat like a bunch of wimps. Like, go ahead.
It's better to fight another day than to die today. I'm okay with that. It's a tactical retreat.
Yes, tactical retreats.
Here's the thing. Or we
So
could just
that's
go
what they
now.
call being a little bitch. No.
You want to go to him?
Listen,
I'll
this
slay all your
surgery took a
monsters.
lot out of me, so I'm being a little bit of an asshole today, and I understand.
We ain't surviving this long.
I'm gonna try
If
I
it
and.
hasn't
think we need
survived
to
this
keep
long, I'm
going.
certain you'll find it ways to continue as such.
I'm gonna try and
I
mental
can
ward
tiny hut
myself.
and
I'm tired of it.
wait, wait. Let me tiny hut this and just rest here for a night. Get every long rest. And then
In the
we're
sewer.
all good. What?
In the sewer system.
Hell no.
Hey, yo, listen. Tiny hut's OP. We can do
Oh,
it.
tiny hut. Okay, maybe that actually could work.
We might have to do that. I'm not really tapped on spells, but I'm not doing great.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna
We're
lose
gonna do
my.
something. We gotta do it now
Yeah.
before
I'll
it
use
attacks.
inspiration, my inspiration to make this amazing tiny hut. That's just amazing. Like the inside, just no smell, just amazing tiny hut. That's very cool. Because tiny hut is very useful. Hopefully, it can't go through the floor. It's from the pipe.
Isn't it a dome?
Yeah,
Yep,
it's a
that's a
dome.
circle.
No, it's a dome, so it's underneath this. It's the basically the only thing that can get it is underneath. So if we were
It's a
like
10-foot
fighting,
radius.
yes,
So we're fine. We're fine. We're good.
yeah, there's 4 of us, 10 feet. That's good enough. You've never been to.
Someone, two people should take watch.
I can take the first half. I'm pretty sure because of my elf, I don't need that much time to sleep, right? For the long rest. Hold on, let me just double check.
You need to do the long rest. Me and Bear will do the watch.
Okay.
Good always just short rest.
What does
Sure.
tiny hut like prevent? What does it do?
So tiny hut prevents basically anything from coming in unless you go underneath, like through the floors. Basically,
Evil,
yeah.
evil
If
in
you're
its
trying
eye.
to, if you're trying to penetrate it, nothing can go into it. But
Okay, yeah.
the big flaw is that
All
it's
right.
under. If there's like a mold or something that tries to go underneath.
So every now and then, you feel your tiny hut get like pelted by a little rock or something that gets repelled. Um, and about at the third watch, um, I'm gonna need Bear to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, come at me.
Question.
I'm
Since I've
immortal.
sure whatever. Since I've
I have
done
a
all this
3.
like mental stuff, do I get like advantage or something? Or
No.
like in the training? No.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on. Spells and magic can't go through it, not just physical stuff.
Yeah, the attack is coming from below.
Oh, yeah. It figured it out. That's
But,
not good.
well, yeah, it was throwing the little things to be like, how do I get around this? Okay, so Bear, you are charmed. Not dominated, but charmed, unlike before.
What does it want me to do?
Just take down the hut.
Take down that? That'd be easy.
Yeah, that's all you
I
gotta do.
will like just silently just pick up Mysterious and try to take him outside of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
That would do it.
you just
Wait.
shove him out.
Was that
Yeah.
8 hours? You said third watch, so that's 8 hours, right? That gives me the long rest.
Yeah.
I wake up. I'm like,
Yeah, you wake up and you're just like getting a Superman
Picked
like
up.
yeeted out of your own hut.
Yeah,
so
I
the
just
spell breaks.
Mm-hmm.
My long rest. I just want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll allow a long rest.
Okay.
Now, I need you. What is your AC?
Mine.
Me?
Mysteries.
I see. It's 11. I don't have mage armor on.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun one, man. So,
I hate this. I hate this already.
coming from the floor, two pseudopods stab up at you. Uh, both succeeding terribly. That's 46. That's
I'm
okay.
dead.
66 plus 3 times 2.
That's double my health. That's double my health. I'm literally dead.
Oh, no. So 66. So 13.
Oh, 66. I thought you meant
13.
66 damage.
16 and 9. So
No, I'm gone.
yeah, so 26 plus that plus yeah. So yeah, some tentacles just suddenly like bear picks you up, yeets you, and the moment you get yeeted, like tentacles come up, lash you to the floor. Some floor panels open up, and you're just sucked below to
Can I not counterspell this?
the pipes below. How do you get a counterspell with fucking
It's not a
tentacles?
spell.
Oh, these are like actual slime tentacles. Okay, I was
Yeah.
thinking like those like kind
no.
of thinking like mage hand tentacles where
Yeah.
they like I was thinking for some like mind flare like like where they use mental stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all mental and none of it's actually real.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this is real stuff.
And
Okay.
yeah, you're just immersed in this beautiful green fluid.
All right.
Oh no, wait, it's not a. Okay, this is the correct size. And yeah,
Yeah.
Lavin and Hollow, you see Bear yeet Maceres, and then him get sucked under the floor like a Capri Sun.
Hmm. Okay, so first, as an action, I would like to kick a bear, so he'll get off the charm. Hopefully, this works.
Uh, Nah, Bear, you can make a wisdom save for me.
Yep, and if your companions are fighting or take damage, you get advantage on the save.
Okay, excellent.
And I'm pretty sure Viseria's getting his shit rocked count.
Absolutely rocked too.
Absolutely.
18 is my first one.
Yeah, okay,
So-
yeah, you break out of the charm.
So Mysterious was like grabbed by tentacles, and was he pulled down
Well,
into the next?
so there's like big square like metal grates on the floor, right? Those essentially got picked up like turned sideways. He got sucked down and they got put back into place. Like floor tiles getting lifted up.
Yeah. Okay, we need to get downstairs.
Okay, so the kicking action doesn't count since I didn't use it.
No, there isn't a floor below this. Those are just like grates for covering over the pipes and such for heavy maintenance work.
Wait, so where am I?
So you're like in the fucking trash compactor scene in the fucking Death Star, and you're just
See,
immersed in fluid.
See, already down there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's less that there's a floor below this and just like a large pit.
I'm jumping in.
See,
Or like if there's anything
already
blocking the
out.
path, he's gonna pull it off and go in.
Okay, yeah, all right. You pick up the grate and jump on down to the House of Mouse.
Mm.
And that all that damage like knocks you out immediately, right, Miss Aries?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, he's just fucking face first, like bubbling in the green slime.
We only have 30 HP. I'm level 6, right?
Bitch, you fucking don't ask me, man.
You're a
Uh,
wizard.
Is he close enough to where I can like touch him and cast Spare the Dying?
Yeah, he's about
stabilize
20
him?
feet down in this pit.
Grappling hook to the rescue with steady aim, so I get advantage.
Yo, all right, yeah, you grapple Miss Aries and you pull him right out of that pit.
I didn't roll extra, that's why I don't have 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you've got him back.
I have terrible rolls, that's why.
This creature is taking no damage.
Yeah, so how much?
We don't know where it is.
It's all over us.
I'm going to.
Well, you
So
know where
is
it is
that-
now. It's at the bottom of this pit, baby boys.
Wait, so am I up?
I jumped in.
All right.
Am I up and like alive?
Yeah. You're
no,
unconscious.
Stabilized.
Yeah, ask Lavin.
You're stable. I'm really debating whether or not to waste a spell to bring you back up, because you're just gonna go right back down if I do.
No, I have lightning. Hopefully they take bear first. I have lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. 66.
I jumped
Shoot,
in.
what? Uh, next action.
Oh,
I already used my.
86. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Let's just start attacking, bro. Let's just start attacking.
All right.
Yeah.
Barry
Yeah.
jumped in, so I'm guessing going first.
I guess I'll cast Cure Wounds on Viserys, and then have to remove the 1d4. You get 3. You get 2 or 3 whopping hit points back. Congratulations.
Hey, that's enough for me to do one at least lightning bolt. And bear should be attacked first, so it's okay. It shouldn't see me as a threat yet, so no metagaming.
That spell's not gonna help.
All right, Bear, you jump on down. What do you do?
I'm just gonna start hitting. Do I see like a blob or anything that I can fucking like
Yeah,
try
no,
to
there's
kill?
this wonderful, like, enormous green slime that's coating the floor.
He's gonna go into a frenzy and just start whacking every bit of slime he sees. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be hitting, but he's just gonna start hitting the big piles of slime.
All right, excellent. Yeah, what is your what's your attack roll, baby boy?
He's pissed off. This thing is doing a lot, so he's gonna go reckless with all his.
Yeah.
So
What you got?
he's gonna get advantage.
Mm-hmm. And you're making
First-
2 attacks yet? All right, both
The
of
first
those
attack-
hit easy peasy.
Oh yeah. Do I roll damage?
Yeah, of course, both of them.
All right.
Let's see what you got.
Reroll the 2 because I have Great Weapon Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the 2 again, and I need to add +2 to both of those, so it's 18 and 16 damage
That's
because of rage.
yes, that's 34.
Yes.
Yeah, so you begin just fucking threshing the slime that's before you. And you see it sort of gather up into a coherent form. And I'm going to have...
Spellman.
Elvin betrayed us.
Yo! All right, yeah, let's have it... take...
I was joking.
No, I'm running with that. Give me...
It's Elvin.
Yeah, Bear, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Bet I'm the best at this.
All right, let's see if you're the best at this, huh?
9.
So you're slashing at it, and you see like a Felbin like form shape up and grab you. It's like, Bear, why are you doing this to me? And you
Because you're an asshole.
and you say that, but its eyes, the eyes look deep into your soul, and
I have no soul.
and you feel yourself growing hollow, like you're being sucked out through a straw.
Ooh, how much damage is that?
Someone call my name?
Which
I mean, he is still in a rage, and he should know, like, the other person was fake. This thing is just fucking with him, so he's just gonna keep going.
no, absolutely, but you do take 38 damage psychically as you feel your body just getting drained as you're attacking. You're
No
losing,
worries, I have Stone's endurance.
You're losing yourself in the rage, Bear.
I shall use Stone's endurance.
Mm-hmm.
The reaction. Wait. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to roll a d12.
All right, then give me a d12.
D12 plus 5, 14. I reduce 14 damage.
Hey, out of 38, that's not too bad. Um. All right. Lavin and Hollow, what are you two up to?
Um, is there a way I want to cast Shatter, but I want to like angle it to where it's not like where Bear's not in range because
Mm-hmm.
it's a sphere. So like maybe um like this corner of the slime I'm gonna hit
Well, you have to
with
realize this thing is in a like cement pit, and so
uh-huh.
like down at the bottom, essentially like that corner is like all wall.
Okay. Is there a way to where like how deep is the slime?
20 feet down.
Okay, so can I cast Shatter at like the bottom of the slime towards underneath
I'll allow it.
Bear,
I'll allow
but
it.
he's
Yeah.
not in the radius. So I'm going to cast Shatter at third level, and it's a 14 Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they fail, they take all the damage. If they save, it's half damage.
Constitution
So,
save on this creature. Oh, that's good
Slimes
stuff.
have good constitution.
Oh yeah.
and then minus
Uh,
1d4. So that'd be a total of 14 damage if it all hits.
yeah. It manages to get the DC 14 save.
Okay, so 7 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah. How does shatter work? Is it just like a boom kind of thing?
It's thunder damage. Um,
Okay. I know how I want to do this.
yeah.
So, Bear, you're at the top of this creature hacking downwards, where you when you feel like a boom, you lift up and the creature lifts up a little bit off the ground, and you see like fingers or like ribbons of green slime just onto the roof above all of you guys and splat against pipes as the creature like whines and moans.
This thing's gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
That's all Bear's thinking.
It begins trying to make its escape by going down the drain.
Wait, do I get a turn?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Lightning bolt, third level.
Okay. Let's
It
do.
makes a DC of 15.
Okay. DC of 15 against what?
Dexterity.
Excellent. That is a terrible skill for this creature.
Why don't I have to take it as well because I'm kind of on top of
Nope.
it?
Mm-mm. I have this nice skill called. Hold on, let me get it
Yes.
for you. It's called
You
Sculpt Spell.
you do the safety dance and you cast your spells very safely. So that's a 15 DC.
Mhm.
Yeah, it makes that, mate.
Oh, so let's see, half as much on a successful one. So
All right, let's see how much you bop them.
some pretty bad rolls. So 23 divided by 2.
Okay, 12. Got it. And the creature's still screaming and murmuring. Hollow, what do you do? It's almost down the drain at this point.
Bow shot. Let's see if I can get a nat 20. That'll be a miracle. Actually, there's charmed, and I don't want to do it. No, screw it.
I'm
I'm
not found
jumping
it.
down. I do a backflip down into the drain, and with my two rapiers, I go straight for the creature.
Mm-hmm.
116 and a 13. While also rage, so I get a double attack. But oh, yeah, let's correct me if I'm wrong, but you get an extra attack, correct?
You do, yes.
I I do. You don't.
For reckless.
No, it gives you advantage, and you get reckless at level 2,
Ah, dang.
and you can't use 2 rapiers. They don't have the light feature.
Yes, they do.
No, they only have finesse.
Either way, you do hit the creature, yes, Hollow.
Right.
And I'll even say with both your blades.
And
17 and what else?
with 4. So 21.
21. Yeah, you also thresh this creature, but it's by the time you have threshed it to your heart's content, it's made its way down the drain, and it seems to be gone, having flushed itself essentially.
I'm serious. Cast magic missile.
Alright. Magic missile down the drain to see if I can get it.
Yeah, it instantly hits.
Yeah, no, you roll damage. The thing is on low health, but let's see if you can get it before it escapes.
It's 2. Oh wait, I jumped to it one time. I cast it at 3rd level. Oh, okay. I'm so glad I forgot to cast it at 1st level because I'm on the 3rd level screen. So let me see how many that is. So when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or above, the spell creates 1 more dart for each level. So it's 2 more dots and then originally 3, so 5 dots. So 1 is 2.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, 3. 3rd one, 4.
Okay, 9.
4th one, 3. Then the last one, 2.
Yeah, you do a lot of damage to this thing, and you hear like a padunka down deep in the pipes somewhere.
Oh, all right. So I don't know how much that did, but I guess I'll use my last 3rd level slot and do it again.
No, you get ready to do that when you hear the phone ringing.
Oh,
What? There's a phone down here?
Yep,
yeah.
there's a phone down here. Phones are incredibly rare at this point in the game, and there's no such thing as like a long distance phone. But like for like one department to another, yeah, you can have a phone.
Closed circuit sort of thing.
Exactly. It's like
Don't answer it.
a wired radio or a wired walkie-talkie, basically.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Lavin answers the phone.
Hey,
Hello?
this is the floodgates down at the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys do?
What do you mean? Oh wait,
What
I'm
do-
not here.
What do you mean? We killed a slime.
You killed it. Who is this?
I think. This is Lavin?
Ivan. Are you with
We're
the waterworks?
we're contracted to remove the problem.
Contractors. Puh. Anyways,
Freelance.
this dead green ooze is leaking out of the sewage system.
Seems we got our job done.
Job done. And they hang up after like an awkward silence, not knowing how to respond to that.
Okay. Well, it's dead.
Yay! I'm
Well
almost
done.
dead.
Yeah. Well done, Miss Aries. Good call, Hollow.
Yeah, I can only do one thing, and that's damage. So
I mean, you could also take damage. You're pretty good at
yeah,
that.
no, I've been really unlucky. I don't know. I mean,
Well, so
Normally-
intelligent creatures have like the ability to understand who is dangerous and who they don't have a chance of killing till they have alone. So intelligent creatures like that slime will order their targets based on who they need to knock out first. Thus, you notice that whenever it tried to use domination or intelligence spells, it would not go for Lavin or Mysaries. It would try to dominate Bear or Hollow.
Ah.
Same
Plus, if it
same
dominates
thing.
me,
It
I will kill you
recognizes you
guys.
both as spellcasters, so it immediately tries to murder you two first.
Yep.
Okay. I also figured out why I only have 30 HP. It's because I rolled terribly. Like, the average is 35 at my level. I just rolled really bad. I rolled an 18. I rolled an 18 with 6d8.
Nice.
So go with the average then.
Yeah, Mysaries is fragile. It's okay.
Let's get out of here.
Oh no, 66. Sorry, man.
And
Yeah.
you head
That
up
means-
to the reception desk, and the rooster isn't there.
Oh?
I knew it. I was thinking that Bruce is probably evil after the fake everyone else.
And you hear like banging on the locker.
Wait, does that mean we
Oh.
don't get the sponsorship? I'm gonna be so mad.
Evan opens the locker.
And a rooster that looks just like the last one tumbles out. Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm the
I
receptionist
think I know what happened.
for the
We
sewer.
got-
We got
You were
bamboo.
taken over by whatever the fuck was down there.
That is the number one nightmare of plumbers everywhere. My master said it was an oblox before it ate him.
Oh, jeez. We were told it
What the fuck
was
is
a
it?
slime.
I don't know what it is. Thank you so much for doing it.
We had an arrangement with your doppelganger. I'm not sure if you can still pull these strings, but we need an audience
Sure.
at Symptom.
And he reaches for like Bear to give him his hand.
I will not.
And
I don't.
so he just like crawls over to the front desk. Not even
Levin helps him up.
not even like paying attention to what he does. He pulls out a form, writes it up, says like permission to treat with the councilry, and hands it to whoever's nearest to him.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
And then I'll use healing word on first level
Hmm. So
and just
you heal
get some
him,
rest.
and he takes some aspirin. And he says, "I'm gonna have the boys from the water floodgate control clean this up."
Okay.
Uh,
Is there like a hospital? Is there a free hospital, or do we have to have healthcare? Like, if I'm injured, can I just like sleep it? I could probably sleep this off, but like, is there a way to get treated just to make sure?
yeah, sure. There's a sanitarium.
I mean, I'm
I mean,
broke,
I could-
so if it costs money, I can't attend.
I'm sure
could heal
you'll
you.
figure out something. And he
Yeah.
falls asleep in his office chair.
We should probably take him with us as well.
I mean,
You're not-
Mercedes, I could heal you.
You can do what now?
I
Since
can
when?
heal you.
Yeah,
Just give me some fire.
yeah. Bear
No!
He
can
has
heal
cuts
on
and
TLC.
he has cuts and wounds on him, right? Like he's bleeding. I can stop the bleeding.
You're not about to categorize my wounds with
That is the medical treatment of his knowledge. If you're bleeding, cauterize the wound to survive.
Mm-hmm.
He's wrong.
That's not always the best.
Mysteries is booking it towards the end.
I'm just gonna go take a shower. I have a lot of
So y'all are
Shit,
making your way
son.
back to the inn to clean up then after this?
Yeah.
yes.
It's like that cartoon where it's like wide eyes just running, booking.
So you get to the inn and you see Giovanni and Felbin playing cards at the table, and Giovanni looks at you and he like almost gags on his coffee and he's like, "What the hell happened to you two?" the hell happened to all four of you?
I'm taking a shower. Don't call me. And
We got the sponsorship.
yeah,
That's all you need to know.
I'll start cleaning myself
Why,
with
you
my
guys
ring.
look like shit.
shut up, Delvin. This is because of you. This is your fault.
Igno-
What,
Species.
do you have Ani?
Nothing,
Did
he's
I
being
do
specious.
something? What the? What are they talking
Um,
about?
Just a slime decided to is what caused this. So he's being specious a little bit.
Oh yeah, and I'll blame you anytime a monkey attacks someone. He says to Mysteries.
What? Why me? I'm helping you. I'm defending you on this. What?
Cause look at you.
Also, I'm not a monkey. I'm an elf. I'm a half elf.
Well, you're
It's
kind
the
of monkey
same
looking.
thing with all like hominids.
Nah, elves don't come from monkeys.
I'm gonna go take a nice hot bath.
No, wait. In this world, the elves also made from the gods. Like,
Well,
all
we're at the
creation-
point where the theory of evolution is just in its early stages.
Okay.
We don't
I'm
we
cleaning
don't know
my
what
Elves made from monkeys?
there maybe.
I don't think it's supposed to be thought this much of.
Listen. Listen, the age of science brings about some very fascinating questions that do have to be asked.
Yeah, because like it's little like creation theory is correct in D&D normally. Like they were made from gods.
I mean, Floria is a weird world in the even by D&D's standards. Now take your shower, Miss Aries. Don't think about it too hard.
Okay, and I'm just gonna go. I'll take a shower and get to bed.
I'm cleaning myself with my ring.
That is such a good ring.
Yeah. I could literally clean anything and make it smell nice. You losers can use water.
Unlike you nerds, I sponge bath.
While they're in the like just relaxing in a hot bath, Levin's going to cast sending to Garrett and check in. He says, I know it's been a while since I last contacted you, but I just need to know if you're safe. If anything's going on in Cormetz. We're still trying to figure things out. I hope to come back sooner rather than later. You can respond to this message.
Okay. He says that big things are happening in Cormetz. The new king, as legitimate as he may be, is starting to make wars with the neighboring kingdoms, solidifying a bigger and bigger claim. Says it's the only way to restore the lost glory, or whatever the fuck he's trying to say. Some fascist rhetoric for sure. Things are getting real bad here, but I'm keeping my head low. Things seem to be going alright for me, at least. We're starting to run low on food, starting to have to ration things like metal and cloth for the war effort. I hope you come back soon. Things are getting pretty nasty around here. Garrick.
Alright. That makes sense, but also changes things. I'll let the others know. After their bath, Levin's going to approach Giovanni. I have some news from back home. Back in Cormetz.
I didn't want to say it to you. You heard a war started, yes?
Yeah.
Well,
Sounds like on several fronts as well.
you know, the first place in Viscora's path is my own home of Sabina.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I wanted to keep things a little quiet, is I didn't want things to get awkward between, you know, the Sabinans and the Viscorans among us.
We've lived in Cormetz for the better part of a decade now, but it's not.
It's not your homeland, but it's very close to a home, as far as I'm concerned.
It's close, yes.
Not to mention, you know, I'm Sabinan, as is Maceres, and you're not the only Viscoran here. Trevane is as well.
I'm
As well as half the crew.
Wait, wait,
I'm
do I
just-
know this? Do I hear this at all? Because like my family.
I'll say you can eavesdrop on this.
Okay. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to eavesdrop. Do I need to make a stealth or?
No check.
Okay.
It's better for the story if you eavesdrop, so I'm gonna let you do it anyways. But yeah,
Okay.
this is an interesting one for you, Miss Aries, because you have a lot of family in Viscora and in Sabino, and so they're gonna be killing each other now. Fun.
I mean, it is how like our family is. Like, it's not as if our family is super like compact, but like they won't go out of our way to get at each other. They're just hopefully they'll be easier, but they won't like go out of their way to save them either. So if they see their companions,
Yeah, and I'm pretty
killing one
sure
another.
every family that lives through a civil war says something like that.
I know we have a bigger picture, but I can't help but worry.
And who can blame you?
We got the sponsorship, at least, so I guess that's our next step tomorrow. I'll need a.
Yeah. Sooner we stop these dragons, the sooner all of this can be a memory behind us. I suppose. With that, let's get to our audience with the old bird himself, huh?
Yeah, that's. We'll tackle that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Well, good night, Lavin, and tell your friends I said good night as well.
Oh.
And with that, we'll stop the session for today. Sound good?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I was gonna see if Lavin told everyone because then I was gonna ask to send a sending to my father because they met. Remember, like when we were searching for Giovanni?
Mm-hmm.
He's a comfy guard. He shouldn't be going anywhere.
Yeah.
Blavin's just. We'll focus on getting to the sponsorship first. I think he's just not going to tell anyone else at the moment.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, all.